All right. They can hear me. They can hear you. And there we
go.
Hello.
We're afraid. We're afraid.
We afraid.
So
we're in danger.
I'm in danger.
You are in danger, Casper. I'm glad that you realized that.
Oh, I've known for sessions now. I've known for weeks.
You've known
Your shins aren't yours anymore.
No, I knew. I knew before we even started this game.
Shins revoked.
Yep.
This fucking guy.
All right, everyone, if we could just have the chat tell us how our audio sounds. Hello.
How beautiful do I sound?
Tell us, please, God.
Do I sound really fucking beautiful?
Oh.
I think
You do, Jason. It's really incredible.
Fucking beautiful, Jason.
That is true. Yeah.
Hey, everyone, put your mics in your fucking mouths.
Yeah.
Bet I will.
Welcome to
Bet
NPR.
I will.
Okay.
Don't test me.
We have two posture checks, 4 stretches, and 3 hydrates.
Jason, how do your noodle legs feel now that your shins have been revoked?
No shins.
No shins.
Joke's on you. My shins were already gone.
Okay, 2 posture checks. Everyone, check your posture. 4 stretches, so get a nice good.
Oh Jesus, my spine just popped.
Ooh.
Wait, ow.
There we go. That was my shoulder for you.
Oof.
Nope. Jason, what is this?
It's called the wavy inflatable tube man.
That's how Magna stretches in the morning.
Yep.
He just gets up and everyone just sees him in the window. Woo! Good morning.
This is how you say hello to the grass.
This is how I say hello to my impending doom.
Hello,
Death. Good morning.
And
just Roger looking out the window at Magna doing this.
Oh, he changed it up and just go. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning.
Anyway, we're working on freeing winter.
Anyways,
and also
sadness and trauma and things.
Everyone hydrate.
I already did. I did it when you were reading them out.
All right.
Spilled water in my titties.
Oh.
My hand's shaking like I'm actually angry.
Oh.
God tried to nerf you yet again.
God did try to nerf me again.
So, yeah, you were all trying to. You are all now going to go free winter.
Try. We're gonna try.
I'm afraid.
You all end up basically after that little conversation between Winter and Ivor is when everyone else kind of shows up. Magna, what do you do? Do you bring Lily in?
Ooh,
Need to ask her if she wants to be there.
yeah, he'd probably like kind of set her down first and just kind of, you know what happens in these, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go in and watch?
Duh.
I'm okay. I'm going.
I love her.
I literally should not have asked that question.
No, no, okay. That was really respectful of you to do, and I appreciate those manners. But duh.
Okay. You don't need to rub it in my face.
But thank you.
You're very welcome. No, go.
But I'm going in there. Yeah.
Okay.
And she just.
Okay. Bye.
I love her.
As she's walking away, she literally she's walking, and then kind of steps back, and she grabs your hand, and pulls you along with her.
We are friends now. You
It
have
was
a new
piggyback
friend.
ride. It was
It's just
piggyback
one of the. Listen. You lose one Dwyer, you get a new friend in a Dwyer. It's
I
fine.
don't like that phrasing at all.
When one Dwyer closes, another one opens.
Fuck all of you.
I'm sorry. I deal with trauma through humor.
Yeah.
I do have to say that was really funny. We're going in the room.
Yeah. So, you follow in. Soon behind you would be Dimitri would have slid around you.
It sure would.
And Dimitri would have already been in there. So Dimitri would have probably entered first, because he slid around Magna. Dimitri's in there, and Winter would be like, all right, Dimitri, and Dimitri's, hey, and she kind of moves to sit. She sits on the bed, and she's watching as people start walking in. Lily drags Magna in. Well, doesn't drag, but you know.
No, I love that idea
No,
though.
I think she does. I think she does.
Drags
Fuck,
Magna.
Dimitri's in the room.
Drags Magna in. And Winter, like, you see her kind of like, you guys see her kind of just like, all right. Hey, baby girl. And Lily's like, yeah, don't try to talk me out of it. I'm no. Lily's like, Winter's just, oh no, I thought of it only for a second. It's like, and that was a second too long. Honestly, I'm offended. I thought you knew me. But you know what? I'll forgive you this time. And she kind of like goes and gets kind of out of the way to let all the adults in. You know.
I'll forgive you this time because you've got a mental boo boo.
Yeah.
You got a mental boo-boo.
Yeah, mental boo boo.
But next time.
Next time, your
Next
shins.
time I'm coming for your shins.
Yeah. You walk in, Magna and Dimitri would give you, you know, we gotta stop meeting like this.
What?
It was a joke.
I can't hear you,
I
Jason.
can hear you.
Fuck.
There we go.
Sorry, that's.
Why?
I'll
Why is
put it
it
in.
spreading to you?
I don't. I dropped my airhead. So.
So Dimitri says, you know, Dimitri's like, you know, we gotta stop meeting like this.
I mean, we do this every single time. It should be expected.
It was a joke. Trying to make light of the situation. I know my tone isn't much different when I'm joking and when I'm being serious. So, I was joking.
Okay.
I'm glad you're here to help us.
Oh, well, thank you. You do a lot of help yourself, so
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah?
Ivor is clearly stressed out when she says this, but she's trying to also crack a joke in order
Yeah.
to make Winter more comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, you could meet differently if you just finally go on a date.
Dimitri kind of just... I make really good drinks.
You guys already have a similar
Doesn't
taste in
compute
bakers.
Magnus' brain.
What was that, Jenny?
You guys already have a similar taste in bakers.
One thing.
I'm sure we could find other similarities if we tried.
I think that after this, I might need a drink.
Ivor's like, I didn't
Character
expect that
development.
to actually work.
Character
Dimitri can also kind of tell that Magna's a little uncomfortable, and Dimitri thinks it's kind of funny. So he's
Ow! Fucking
Doesn't care that
rude.
you're uncomfortable. It's just funny.
That is pretty funny.
yeah, and Dimitri's just like, I'll make you a drink.
I will,
It's on the house.
but we don't have any money.
Everything's.
I know.
Oh, that was the
Yeah.
joke. Okay, sorry.
I don't have any money, Richard.
I don't have any.
I literally made that gift today.
Yes!
I made that gift today.
Okay, Amir does come in while these two are like flirting.
Really awkward.
I don't know. Yeah. This
and
is
Amir is
weird.
just-
They're just trying.
Who? What did I interrupt?
Don't
Sorry,
say anything. Don't. That's okay. Don't.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And he walks in with just this satisfied little. Biren comes in.
Sorry.
Huh?
I was just gonna say Cora's gonna wait outside until Thespis starts
Yeah.
to go in.
Thespis would come out and would like see how many people have piled in the room, and it's just, Mikhail, do you want to like keep an eye downstairs? Make sure everything's okay on that front. We got a good amount of people up here, and Mikhail's might be for the best. I'll
It's gonna be uncomfortable.
keep an eye on downstairs. And so Mikhail kind of like awkwardly gets up on their feet and heads around to Thespis and downstairs. Thespis looks to you, Cora, and it's like, all right. And finally out of their pajamas.
Oh.
Just Just probably before. Just,
Yeah.
are you okay?
No.
No, it's a strong word. Yeah.
No. But it's what I gotta do. So I might as well do as much as I can, knowing that there is a divine bounty on my head. So let's.
Very quickly pulls them into a hug, kisses their forehead.
They kind of lean into the hug, and when you kiss their forehead, they pull back and they kiss your cheek. It's like, all right, not our first rodeo. Let's do this.
Ginny's gonna kill me.
No.
There's still time. We still got a few hours left in the stream.
Yeah, Ginny's gonna kill me.
So you guys head in. Everyone's there. Mirror's been covered. I'm sure someone's closed the windows. Winter is sitting on the bed, and she's like, "Okay, now, if this is an intervention, I need you all to know that I do not drink as much as I used to, so I'm very proud of myself about that. And it just Amir just no. This is not an intervention. I promise you. There are certain people here that I feel might not be good for an intervention." And he kind of like eyes Lily nervously, like, but we are here to help you. And he kind of like looks to Thespis and just, okay. And you see Thespis kind of like take in a deep breath, and like you see their hair kind of fluff up, and then when they exhale, their hair kind of goes back down as they step on forward.
Was that Jenny?
What was that? What was that?
I hear you.
Ah!
Can't
There you
hear
go.
There we go.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I want to spearhead this as much as I can.
Oh.
Do you think that this would work? Specifically having her spell book
Yeah.
and showing what she has with dispel magic.
Okay. Thespis kind of looks over it. I mean, I know you are very powerful with your spell work, so I mean, we could do our whole thing as assistants, just as kind of that extra cushion. But if you want to take the lead, I'll let you.
I think you might also need a break. I would like your assistance. What I'm saying is not being in the lead. For
You know I'm a god. I can handle.
I know you can. Should you? Yeah, I got you there. Uh-huh.
You did. No, you did. You did.
If it
Yes,
took you
and
this long to come up with an accent, or not an accent, if it took you this long to come up with an answer, it's not good enough. So.
Yes, and okay. Let's continue.
Right.
So Thespis.
God damn it.
Thespis
God
will
damn.
step back. And lets you take the lead, Ivor. Winter is kind of staring at you. It's just you all can tell that Winter's heard all this and just I'll ask later.
What? You're a what?
I'll ask later.
You're what?
I'll ask later. Okay. Well, if it were pretty much any other group of people, I would be out that door.
Speaking of the door, is Biren?
You hear Biren just, I've added an extra layer. And she kind of pats the door as she is standing right in front of it.
Thank you.
I fucking love Biren.
Winter squints at Biren. Just, you found the one person who could stop me, huh? Okay, no.
I trust your word. I don't trust your temper.
That's fair.
Mm.
It's fair.
Remember, whenever we start doing this, wait till the thunder starts to rumble, then cast then. All of you.
Thespis and Amir both give a, Thespis gives a little salute, and Amir just, of course. Lily, she actually grabs your hand, Magna. And
okay.
you feel her kind of like clenching your hand, and kind of like she's kind of like holding onto it.
I have such a large hand.
Both hands.
It's like a fingy. It's like
She's
a
got
fingy.
like a pinker. She's got a pinky or something.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Chelsea's mom.
Hi, Mom.
We're about to get into some fucked up shit. Let's go.
You get to watch me cry.
Yeah.
So Lily is holding on to. She's got something like holding your hand, holding your pinky.
Yeah.
A fingy.
And she's kind of like got it, and you can tell her eyes are locked on Winter, and you can tell by the way she's holding you. It's like
he's gonna like give her hand a little squeeze, not too much, just enough.
She's kind of like leaning against you a little bit. So you are her comfort now. So Dimitri takes in a deep breath, and you all feel the bubble around
Laura's
the
gonna
room.
do her normal shit with Ishana.
Okay, so with Ashana, you are assisting who? You're gonna there's Thespis,
Ivor.
Amir, Ivor.
That's
Okay,
fine.
all right. So you're gonna go assist Ivor. So you walk over to Ivor.
If this could potentially kill Ivor. Not so much Thespis.
Yeah.
Ready to lose me some hit points.
You don't crave second death, not yet. We gotta keep you alive.
Just a little longer.
So you hear the pre-rumbles of thunder, and very soon after, the louder thunder. At that point, Amir and Thespis would both cast.
So would Ivor.
Okay. So, within the bubble that Dimitri has created around this room, you cast Dispel Magic. Thespis and Amir both cast Greater Restoration simultaneously. Chelsea, Cora, you are using your don't tell me. Quarry. There we go. You're using your quarry to assist.
Got the word there.
Yeah. To assist in the magic. When the thunder rumbles, you do hear her. This again. Kind of this like acknowledgement of knowing what to do.
Yep.
And Dimitri kind of leans against the wall to brace himself. And not too far away, Magna, you would notice Birin kind of like standing against the door, but like offering a hand of comfort on Dimitri's shoulder. As Lily clenches tighter around your finger.
Magna's going to kind of wrap his arm around her a little bit, just to kind of keep her from running in at any given moment, because she might, and I don't want her to do that. Yeah, but also he's, comfortable.
Yeah. And I will say that this sort of thing would remind her of her dad. So she does kind of
God damn it.
lean into it. So you see Winter, who was originally seated. She refused to lay back like a few of the others have been convinced to. She refused. She will be seated. And
Ivor didn't fight her on
It's
it.
fair with what we just learned.
She did not
We
fight her
also
on it.
just learned something, so
no.
fair.
So, you see around her another bubble forms. You're familiar with this, but you do see that in the bubble it's a bit more smoky. You can still see through it, but you can tell that there is added magic to it this time. You see the strings appear, and like Amir, there's multiple sources, but she is almost covered in these strings.
Oh, God.
It's like almost every inch of her is bound with these strings. From Gideon, from Meredith. And you can see that the bubble is struggling to like fully form because there are so many strings. But with your combined magic, Ivor, you would start to feel kind of a pressure in your head, almost like a sinus pressure. Oh yeah, like a sinus pressure. You would also, some of you would also notice Thespis and Amir kind of giving similar, like kind of like straining through.
Yeah.
And that's when the memories would start. You see memories on the field fighting. You see almost, here's the thing, the Dwyers spent almost every single day together. Winter is going to remember about 80 something years of memories that had been altered involving Walter in moments. And you are seeing memories of her waking up to Walter kicking open the door. All right, rise and shine, Sleeping Beauty, get out here. We're going outside. Like, you see memories of them in the sauna together. You see memories of them drinking at the bar together. You see memories of them talking and playing games with people that you are starting to recognize as other members of the Forgotten. You're seeing memories of her at the sauna also with Verlier and them like kind of playing with each other's hair and just talking, just talking. You see memories of her watching Drawult and Nimble, the Drow and the Tabaxi, the younger ones, playing with Lily and Malik. And, very similar to what you guys saw at the beginning of Dalavash telling them to stop running, you see Winter telling all of these people, stop your running, someone's gonna trip. You see her talking in the library with Shire, who is seated a few inches off the desk, floating in the air, their tail flicking, and them just talking, and it's very intelligent conversations, very cryptic, and Winter can, I'll cut it with the cryptic shit, and laughs. You see Winter watching this massive Baymax looking motherfucker, Warforged, who you all have learned to be named Carrie, also helping look over Lily and Malik. You are seeing more memories come back of Winter and Walter, them fighting side by side. Walter in moments of panic, and you see him breaking in ways you never saw. You saw him in tears. You see him in shaking. You see him just, tell me they're not there. Tell me they're not there. And just, they're not there. It's okay. It's okay. And her cupping his face. You see it being reciprocated. But you see in those moments that you see what Walter was seeing. You're hearing skitterings. You're feeling something crawling under your skin. You're seeing bugs. You're hearing radio voices telling you what to do. And he's like, they're not there. It's in your head, but it's okay. We're safe. As he walks her and gives her a reality check through the trauma-induced hallucinations. You are seeing her remember the color of his voice, how it started to change over the years here in Nexilis. You're also starting to see memories of her with Meredith that have been tweaked back when she was kind of trying to get Winter around her finger romantically. You see Meredith kind of having moments of tucking hair behind Winter's ear and Winter kind of pulling away. You're seeing memories of Meredith kind of resting her hand on top of Winter's and Winter's staring at it, contemplating if this is the right move to make. You're seeing talks, and you all would know that Meredith would be getting immensely frustrated. She's not getting what she wants. And you see a memory stand out between Winter and Meredith of basically Winter refusing the advancements and saying, I'm flattered, but this is, I don't think that this is the right move for me to make right now. I need to take time to focus on myself. I got a lot of stuff I got to work through first. And you know that Winter remembers that. But what Winter doesn't exactly remember is Meredith's response of, no matter how hard you work on it, these hands, and she clenches Winter's hands, are not made for love. And she let go of Winter's hands.
Fucking bitch!
You see further memories of Winter remembering her brother, or you see them dancing on the bar. You see them playing with Lily. You see them just sitting and being. You're just seeing years and years and years of Winter's main motivation in her life that had been stripped from her. It is taking a while just to get through those alone. You are getting memories of more of Gideon humming the tune. You're getting memories of Gideon using his knowledge of Winter against her. You're seeing Winter remembering therapy sessions of things that had been blocked from her memory that you basically akin to what you all saw. Gideon comparing her very much to a dog repeatedly, comparing her and Walter to dogs, to follow commands and to follow orders. You're seeing all of these memories flow in, and you, similar to Amir, are seeing Winter realize where she is. And you see her seeing the strings and seeing her realize that she can't even move. You seeing her realize that she is trapped, and all of these memories flooding around her, and you hear the faintest scream through the bubble that's become muffled as Winter is tugging and fighting and screaming. Magna and Ivor, very similar to the screamings that she gave in the dreams you guys had. As she tried to break free, you can hear her scream. You hear her calling for Walter. You hear her calling for Lily. You hear her calling for people of names you don't recognize, as she's tugging and pulling and trying to kick and just trying to break free, as she's struggling to move. And then the dreams begin. You see her reliving other people's deaths. You see her reliving deaths you all recognize, either from dreams you have had or dreams that you have seen other people have. You all see your own deaths in her visions. You all see her remembering her and Walter's. You see her remembering Richard and Claudius's, Dalavash's, Wallace's, everyone. And you see just the screams become hoarse as her throat is starting to give out. Like you are seeing her just trying to break free. You actually see Cora. You would recognize a pair of hands come and grab the side of the bubble. It's the hand that was on Walter's shoulder. But there's two of them, one on each side of the bubble. And you hear a voice. You can do it. Break free. You've got this. Ivor, I want
the mirror covered?
The mirror is covered, yes. Ivor, I want you to roll.
Cora's gonna do it.
But real quick,
Sorry.
Ivor, I want you to roll, any of you can roll religion if you want to. Religion or Arcana.
Right.
Cora, what do you do?
She is gonna still try to lend as much power as she can, but she's gonna go and uncover the mirror.
Okay. As you all roll either religion or Arcana.
I don't have either, so
I'm an idiot, so no.
we're the same.
You see Walter is watching.
In the mirror?
He's watching.
Oh, of course.
Ivor?
3. No. I knew that was gonna happen.
What'd you get?
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Woo! Yeah, you did.
Ivor,
She huffs on the mirror. She blows.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go.
Sorry.
Go. What does she do?
Okay. She just blows. She fogs at the mirror and backwards. Just we're freeing her.
And Walter gives a nod as he's watching very closely. Panic, like cold. You can tell he's in a cold sweat. Ivor, you don't see the hands, but you know you hear the voice. This is a god that you heard about a god that was rumored to exist, in the sense that you're starting to realize that might be because he didn't exactly exist in your dimension. It was something you happened to learn about, but was more of a god in other, more strongly in other dimensions. It is the god Tritherion, who is the god of individuality, liberty, retribution, and self-defense. You saw him in the mirror next to Walter, and he is now aiding in the freeing of Winter. As you see him hold, and you see Winter, the clearest you've ever seen, those of you who can see her, the clearest you have ever seen her eyes, seeing those massive hands and reaching for the hands, and you see her fingers go through the bubble. As she starts to pull, and you hear, as her fingers go through the bubble, the screams get louder as she pops her own bubble and yanks free, and all the red strings drop, fizzling off of her. And the bubble just fades, as do all the red strings. And for a brief moment, you see above her this man with long, reddish blonde hair and intense eyes, just for a moment, and then he vanishes. And Winter she is now seated on the bed, just and at this point, Lily just pulls away from you, Magna. Just, I gotta go. And she, around you, leaves. Cora, you see Walter give a sigh of relief. And then you see the same hands go onto Walter's shoulders and pulls him away. Because the focus needs to be on Winter. As before anyone can do anything, Winter is on her feet, storming towards the door. Birin.
Oh shit!
Birin plants herself, and you hear just, "Out of my way, Birin."
Winter, please.
I lost everything, and then they took my brother away from me. After everything we've been through, they do not get to get away with this. Birin, move! And Birin is, that is not the best decision. You see Winter wrap her arms around Birin, and, hold on.
Ivor's on her feet, and she's gonna try to grab onto Winter.
No. Do not suplex her, please.
Please don't suplex our paladin!
Please do not
Winter, you see Birin grab hold of Winter in response. Like, they're basically grappling at this point. And Winter doesn't even respond to your touch, Ivor. You can hear, and the rest of you can see, Birin gets scooted about 2 inches. Her claws clawing into the wood.
Oh my lord!
As Winter, as Winter,
that's all we needed.
this
What the fuck?
5'7" human is able to move even mere inches.
It's
Your
impressive.
7-foot dragonborn paladin
In armor.
in armor.
Fucking impressive.
Wow.
Birin, just, you promised. You're a woman of your word. Breathe. And you both see the two of them freeze. And Winter proceeds to just start to sob. As her trying to move, Birin has turned into just grabbing hold of her desperately as she starts to sob. And Birin has one arm around Winter and moves an arm and gently places it on your shoulder, Ivor, and pulls you into the hug so that you can kind of have Winter from the other side. Ivor, you would start to feel the nosebleed. Your pressure has kind of turned into a headache. I would say that you probably do take, I'd say...
Just give me the damage, it's fine.
Just a number.
Roll me the number.
I'm going to say 4 or 5, 6 points of damage.
Oh, that's
which is
nothing.
mostly psychic.
Okay.
If you didn't have the help of Amir and Thespis and all that, it would have been a lot higher. But the pain was kind of distributed across
Evenly.
Thespis.
How many spell slots did I use?
I would say
Because she would have used everything she needed. So I've got 3 third level, and then she also would have upcast with her 4th level.
how many spell slots do you have at 4th level?
1. I usually have 2, but I used Arcane Eye.
Okay, you would have used all of your level 4
Okay.
and half rounded up of your level 3.
So 2.
The 2.
So two of your level 3 spell slots. And one of each of the rest.
Tired.
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
You are exhausted.
Yup.
Magna, you see Amir kind of wiping the blood off of his nose and like going and checking on Dimitri, because I'm assuming Cora is checking on Thespis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Could I slip out the door after Lily? Because she left, right?
Yes.
Which is
I
not
know
like
that
her.
I know Biren's in the way, but
Yeah. You would be able to slip around Biren. She would
Okay.
let you.
okay,
It's just
yeah.
not Winter.
Yeah.
Winter's not allowed to
Yeah,
leave.
Winter is
Everyone
not
else
allowed to
fine.
leave. Yeah, Winter
Everyone
needs
else
to
is
stay.
fine.
Yeah, because Lily ran away, and
I feel like Gideon's about to get his ass beat.
Yeah, so wherever Lily went, going after her.
Okay, you would catch her. Basically,
Okay.
by the time you slipped out, you see her exiting the tavern.
Oh shit! He's running.
Okay, you see her.
Jump out a window.
I'm not jumping out a window.
You see her booking it towards the guard tower, where her Walter and Winter were staying.
He's going to continue following her.
Okay, she doesn't seem to notice you following her. You see her passing Malik, and she literally, you're just like, Malik, and she grabs his hand and drags him along. Hey, we're gonna play some baseball, and just starts dragging him to the guard tower.
Oh, she's getting a bat. Oh my god.
Magna's gonna go to the bottom of the stairs and just kind of wait.
Okay, so you're watching.
Well, he's not gonna go up into her room because that's kind of like
Okay, so do you
space.
do you get in front of them to stop them from going into the guard tower? Or are you waiting for them to come back out?
he's waiting for them to come back out of the guard tower.
Okay, so after a few moments, they come back out, and Lily has a baseball bat, a metal baseball bat, and Malik is holding a bag of baseballs.
Oh, Malik, no.
She's about to swing her bat as many times as it takes for her to slam all of these baseballs into
She's
the windows.
about to teach him how to commit war crimes.
She's about to destroy Gideon's house with these baseballs.
And as they come out, like, you see Malik is just like in this kind of like, oh, we're gonna play baseball, okay? Like,
No, you're not playing baseball.
Malik,
Lily.
Lily walks out and she sees you and she's like, oh, hi, you want to play baseball too? You ever played baseball?
What are you doing?
Playing baseball.
I don't.
Just
I don't.
aiming
Do you
at
not
Gideon's
see
house.
this?
I don't
And that?
think.
That is called baseball. Listen, I just went through a very traumatic experience. I would like
I know.
to have a moment of childhood
We-
innocence.
You've had many moments of
I
childhood.
think
something.
I deserve a
Hey,
baseball for each.
Hey, before we do anything, he's gonna walk over and kneel down so that they're eye to eye.
I mean, if you want to play too,
I don't want to play.
okay?
What are you actually doing with that baseball bat?
Going to hit some baseballs.
Where are you hitting the baseballs?
Wherever they go.
Where are you aiming to hit the baseballs?
Away.
From
Me.
circling around.
Doesn't want to answer the question.
where do you want them to go?
Far away from me, ideally. Home run.
what would be considered a home run.
A really good hit.
Such a little shit. I love her. God, she's such a little shit.
Oh my god. Are you trying to hit Gideon's house or the town hall?
Oh, not the town hall.
Just
I
kidding.
feel like that's a political crime.
Yes, that would be
I don't.
pretty bad.
That would make
Yes.
me a
I'm not-
terrorist. How dare you think I'm
but-
gonna be a
I'm not
terrorist?
opposed to it, but I feel that's a
But-
bit much.
But should we do that right now?
Yes.
No. The answer is no. That is yes is not the right answer at all. It is
Magna, here's the thing.
no.
It's
Okay.
not even suspicious for me to do it. I do this all the time. It would be more weird for me to not do this. I just gotta stay in character.
Okay, but
Taking lessons from Vespas.
look. We don't want Gideon or Meredith or Roger to know that we know what's going on.
Again, that's why I'm not aiming for town hall. That would be me deviating from a pattern. Me aiming for Gideon's window. I've been doing that for the last 30 years.
We please don't do that.
I gotta stay in character.
You can stay in character later.
Okay.
Can I please have
No.
your shiny
I am still playing baseball, but I promise, I pinky, Girl Scout honor, though I was only a Brownie Scout. So Brownie Scout honor,
Why were you a dessert?
it's because I'm a
Oh,
sweet
this-
treat, that's why. I
Why were you
swear,
putting out desserts?
I swear, I will not aim a baseball for any part of Gideon's property. But I would like to let out some stress.
Or Gideon.
Can we find a different way to let out some stress?
This is my primary coping mechanism.
Malik,
Got
do you
ya.
think that this is a good idea?
Malik looks at Lily and just...
Do you think hitting baseballs into Gideon's windows is a good idea?
I just said I wasn't going to aim for his windows.
I'm asking Malik.
Malik.
Would your sister approve of this behavior?
But to Magnus' question, he does give a...
That's what I thought.
I don't need him to pitch. I can pitch myself. Just toss it up in the air.
Okay.
I just thought that, you know what? We're kids. We need to be kids for a bit. I'm very shaken up and would like to have a bit of distraction. So you know what? Here, I promise I will go swing my baseballs in the field. Okay?
I
There's
don't know if that's a good idea either.
there's no monsters during the day.
No.
And I can always get Richard to manifest more baseballs. Do it all the time.
You use Richard to get you things?
Yeah. He got sauce up for me, but he won't admit it.
That's true. I think he does.
Yeah.
But how about this? We don't do this right now. And you can teach me how to play your metal stick game later.
Lily looks at the clock tower. Compromise.
Okay, I'm listening.
We play later today.
Okay.
Okay? Not now,
Okay.
but we're gonna play at about 5:30. Be there or be square. Okay? We're gonna meet up. Be there or be square because, you know...
No idea what that means.
Square because you're not around. You know? You're square because you're not around. It's a joke. Okay.
Oh!
See, you got it?
Oh,
Figured it out. So proud of him.
like this. Okay.
Yeah, see, look at you. You're so smart. So 5:30. 5:30. We'll meet up.
Okay.
And we'll play outside. We'll probably want to go more towards the houses, like the abandoned houses, so that if I do break something, it's no one's house.
So until then,
No baseball.
give me the metal
Give
stick.
me the bat.
You know, if I really wanted to, I could just give this to you and go get Richard to get me a new one.
I
But
know, but I'm going to tell Richard not to give you
you think
one.
he's gonna listen to you?
No, but I'm going to ask him anyway.
Well, I won't. 'Cause I am a young woman of my word. So,
I love her.
no baseball until 5:30. But if you are not outside with my baseball bat,
I have a fucking problem.
It's okay.
I'll
I'm going
find
to
other
make-
things to hit the baseball with.
Okay, I don't like that, so I'm going to bring this back.
Thank you.
I
But
don't like that.
Malik, could I please have?
Malik just hands you the bag of baseballs.
Thank you.
Lily just, you little shit. I thought you were on my side. And you see Malik just,
It's fine. There are sticks and rocks.
yeah. It's
But
like,
before I let you do whatever it is that you're going to do instead, would you please give me a hug?
okay. And she comes over, she wraps her arms around you.
Little small child.
She hugs you tight. And when you hug back, you feel her just really lean into it.
You reminder of her dad.
Yeah.
Yep. So you have
My mom
talked.
says hi back.
Yee.
Hi.
You have successfully, for the time being, talked Lily out of aiming baseballs at Gideon's window.
For the time being. It's not gonna last very long.
For now.
Tomorrow she's gonna go at it.
Oh no, yeah, she's gonna go that tomorrow.
After the monsters are free, she's just gonna unload on Gideon's house. Like after they're gone.
Yep.
Everyone's asleep. Death.
Yep.
Death by baseballs.
So, also, I love Lily.
Also, she's really good. I love this child.
She's also really good at baseball. That's how she got them arms.
Really? Never would have guessed.
Really?
Yeah, she's choked me out like 3 times, I think.
She's a Dwyer, and we're expected to believe that she can't beat the shit out of something with a stick.
Yeah. No.
Oh
yeah, no.
A metal one nonetheless. Who gave this child a metal baseball bat?
Richard!
Richard.
Richard did.
And you also know that her dad and aunt have taught her how to use it as a weapon.
Yeah.
Doubt about that. I'm aware of that. Who gave this chaotic child a metal baseball bat?
Richard, because he
Richard.
wanted to see what happens.
Richard.
Yeah, he was curious.
Because he enables the chaos.
Yes.
Fucking Richard.
You know
Stop
that.
giving children weapons.
You know that I think I've said this before, but that audio that's like, I'm gonna teach you how to get free candy from a candy machine. First you turn this like this, and then you gotta flip the handle up and down, and then you take a bat.
And then you take a bat.
That's Richard.
Yeah,
That's Richard with the
Lily.
kids.
That's also just Lily.
Yes, that is Lily. But that's what Richard would teach them when he's watching over the kids.
And then you take a bat.
So
Jesus Christ.
So back to unless Magna, what do you do? Just hold the hug for a bit.
Yeah, just until she's ready.
Okay. After a little while, she kind of pats you on the back and like lets go and just. All right. Well, Malik, since someone is a party pooper, let's go to the library. And he gives like an enthusiastic nod, like that's more his scene.
He's so excited.
Oh, Malik.
So she offers him her hand, and she walks with Malik.
Sweet boy.
Yeah. And so you'd be able to take the baseball and the baseballs back to
I
wherever.
have no idea what I'm doing with these things, but I'm just gonna take them back to the tavern for the
Okay.
time being.
Okay. Head back to the tavern. So back up with Winter with everyone else.
Oh yeah, the pain. Let's. I had my laugh.
Go
back to
it
it.
hurt me
So
again.
fun. So fun.
So, Winter, basically after feeling Ivor that you've been pulled in, she would kind of pull away a bit to like wrap around you as well, and then she kind of like shifts to be more hugging you, and she's just kind of like crying just like into the nape of your neck.
She's holding on to her as protectively as she can.
Yeah. So she's nuzzled and crying. You can feel the tears, feel the shakes, and you can tell that she's like trying to speak, but like nothing's coherent. It's just words that aren't really lining up. She's kind of stuttering through them, and she's clinging hard. So Thespis would kind of go to you, Cora, and just, I have a really bad headache. I'm gonna go to our room.
Okay. Do you want someone to come with you, or do you want to be alone?
And you can see their eyes starting to water. It's like, if you can come with me.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Not much I can do here.
And Thespis is just like, you can tell that they're kind of using their hand to like cover their eyes so people don't see them cry. And it's like, I gotta go.
Cora's just, as they walk, because Cora's walking
Yeah.
with them, just a hand on Ivor's shoulder. Just, when you're ready, we'll be outside. Just walks away.
Yeah. Amir kind of walks up as well, and Ivor, you feel one hand go on the back on your back. You can tell it's Amir, and another hand goes kind of onto Winter's back, and you would feel yourself be healed, Ivor.
This grandpa.
She'd probably honestly kind of turn her head towards him if she had an idea that he was going to cast something, and just, please don't worry about me.
And Amir's just, this is for both of you.
Oh.
And you get healed 14 points.
Happy?
That many,
Yeah.
but I appreciate it.
No, he's also fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
He sees you're bleeding though. And he, what else? Wait, hold on. Oh no, wait. I need to roll that again.
Okay.
Okay. So that's actually 23. That's it.
Jesus.
23. Sorry. I didn't roll that. 'Cause it's 2D. Okay.
I only needed a 10.
Oh. Well, you
I was
feel
only down 10.
you feel fucking
great.
great.
Feel better than you have in a while, probably.
Yeah.
You could parkour out of the window.
Yeah.
That's you, Jason. Come on.
And Winter would also get healed up of anything that happened to her during then. And Amir just, Winter, would you like for me to stay? And you feel her shake her head. Amir, understood. And he kind of like leans over and kind of like just a very gentle, like a kiss on her shoulder, just as like a sort of like,
Grandpa.
yeah.
Aw.
And pats your back, Ivor. It's like, if you need anything. And he like kind of looks up at Birin, and Birin is still held in the hug. So she's, I'll be with you soon. And at that point, Amir just kind of takes Dimitri's hand and leads Dimitri out. Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
So you are standing in the room with Winter and Birin. And Winter, after a moment, she like pulls Birin in closer, like just kind of smushing her face against that fucking plate armor. And then like lets go.
Probably really grounding.
Yeah,
It's very
that cold metal. And kind of like lets go after a moment, and just go be with your man. I'll be fine. And Birin just kind of, I know you will be. I'll be here for you whenever you need me. And Birin, Winter just, I know you will be. And Birin kind of steps out. Ivor, you kind of feel like a pat your head.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Be Rin pats.
Yeah.
Be rid of
And
pets.
Viren kind of pats you. He's like, "You did really good. Proud of you." And Viren then kind of steps out and shuts the door so that you two are alone. And Winter kind of ends up like her sobs had been slowing, but they pick back up again when she realizes that it's just you and her. Mm-hmm. And it's just this repetition of, I miss him so much. Why did it have to be him? Why couldn't it have been me? Just like over and over and over again.
She's just holding her tighter.
Yeah. Cora, you go with Thespis to the room, and Thespis kind of just plops down like in the fort and is holding their head. And it's just like
Sit down with them.
Yeah. Oh, that one sucked.
Yeah.
They all
good that we
sucked.
did
But
But it's good that we did it.
oh yeah. For both her and Lily.
Yeah.
We may want to make sure that Lily doesn't take a bat to Gideon's house. She does that enough as it is.
I think I saw Magna slipping out after her.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Magna might join her. I don't know.
Listen, Cora doesn't know what happened after it. She just knows that Magna went. So.
Yeah. So, Thespis just okay.
Just pulls them into a hug.
Yeah, and Thespis leans into it and just, after I can get this headache to go away. And, it's weird. I never got headaches before all this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie. When I first had one, I thought I was dying.
They're not fun.
No. How do you guys do this? Like, frequently?
Just part of life, I guess.
You get this from pollen. Some of you get this from rain. Like...
Yeah. You get it from household dust. It never leaves.
You know what?
That's Chelsea speaking from experience.
Just, in my opinion, that puts you a tier stronger than a lot of gods I've met. It's okay, I can say that. They can't smite me.
Really?
Yeah, no, they can't smite me. Could still get me fucked over, but most of them like me, so it's okay. Except for the gods that are involved in politics, we don't get along.
I can understand that.
Okay. What I'm gonna do after I can get this headache to go away is I think it might be good for me to do a show.
Okay.
It always brings everyone together. It always makes everyone feel better. I can't do it right now because if I start playing music, I'm going to throw up.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
If I take a nap, would you lay with me?
Of course I will.
I thought so, but I thought I'd ask.
I appreciate the ask. But yeah. Jesus Christ. Sorry, our roommate screeched.
Oh, that's
like,
what that was.
Hello? Yeah, I was like, hello? Jesus.
I thought that was like a creaky door opening or something.
No, that was just our roommate.
Just... Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You don't have to thank me. It is a bit selfish. I do like spending time with you, so.
I'd hope so. I mean, we are... Actually, I should ask, are we... like a thing? Like an item? Are we...
I'd like to be, if you would
Okay, then I can say, I would hope you like spending time with me. You're kind of my girlfriend, so.
I enjoy spending time with you quite a bit, actually.
Well, I'd hope so. Wouldn't make for a very good relationship if you didn't.
Yeah, it'd be a little weird.
Yeah, a little weird.
A little awkward.
Yeah. You know, and inevitably, after we get out of here, I like to think that we will. We need to have like a better date night than anything that we've had so far.
Yeah. I would agree.
You ever been to the theater? Like a big theater?
A few times.
Okay, good. Because I was going to say, that would be an immediate fix if you hadn't. Because you can't date me and not go to the theater. Have you been to like a really small theater? Like this tiny like community theaters? Okay,
No.
all right. That's another check. We got to fix that because community theaters, no budget, no professional training. Mwah, love to see it. Just it's all passion, you know. They might not be good, but you know they want to do it. So that's where the music, you know.
There's Chelsea's laughter. Cora's not laughing this hard. It's just I love to see it.
Cora's just like, you know what? I'm not really a big fan of theater. Just
And that's just like
This is gonna work.
that's just okay. You can leave.
never mind.
You can go. I know I took your room, but you can go.
You can go. You can have another one. But just this is coming from someone who got their start in community theater. Oof.
Oh no, it's a time.
Vespa's just like, you know, that's what my temples were. Theaters.
Makes sense.
All of my temples were theaters. I never wanted a temple to just be a place of worship. It had to be a place of creation. That's how all of my siblings and I were. Our temples were studios, were music halls, were stadiums, were stages, were galleries, you know.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So maybe it was a little selfish of me to build a stage. You know, kind of weird building your own.
You wouldn't be you without it though.
It's an extension of me.
Yeah.
Well, I need a nap. So, and they wrap an arm around you and then pull you down
Yeah.
to cuddle in the pillow fort. And they kind of snuggle up on you, kind of like nuzzle, kind of like into your upper chest. Mm-hmm. And just, I say this a lot, but I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Cora? That's gay. And they fall asleep.
Once like Thespis is fully asleep, Cora's gonna kind of let the like face that she's been having for the past like 3 days in a row down a little bit.
Yeah.
And like that physically deflated thing from earlier kind of comes back a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah. Magna, you come back at about the time that like Amir and Dimitri and Birin come downstairs.
I just realized I'm walking into the tavern with like a baseball bat and a whole bag of baseballs that he didn't have when he left.
Yeah, so now it's him. He's going after Gideon.
Amir, Birin, they all come downstairs. And Amir sees that and goes, "Oh, I didn't know you played baseball."
I don't know what these things are.
Okay, all right. Well, here, may I?
Confiscated them.
I promised that I would give them back.
Oh, I'm not going to take them. I'm just going to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he kind of like puts the baseballs like on a table and kind of like just gently places the bat on a table. And he just. And reaches out for you.
Okay. He's gonna come over and he's gonna give him a hug.
And Amir just It's not uncomfortable, but it's like a firm squeeze. It's like a tight bear hug. As he's on his tippy toes to like reach up around you. And just, thank you. I don't know who else could have caught her, besides you.
Yes, I am pretty big and I am pretty fast.
Yeah. But she listened to you, which is impressive.
Yes,
It's very impressive, thank you.
I didn't think that she was going to listen to me, I'll be completely honest.
No, she doesn't often.
No.
Not even to Walter or Winter. They know this.
No, yes, of course.
But thank you. While I would love to see whatever property damage that she decided to havoc down on Gideon, not now.
Actually, I was going to say that she didn't. Not yet.
Yet.
I did promise that I would learn how to use the metal stick.
You're going to learn how to play baseball. He kind of lets go of the hug and pulls back.
So, I said that she could play with it later and that I would also come, and I don't know how to do it.
I think you'll be good at it.
I don't want to break anything.
We'll just be very careful.
Okay.
And go away from town. We can kind of go more towards the dirt path. Well, okay.
You coming to watch?
I would like to.
I think Lily might like that if you came.
I would be
watch.
more than happy to.
Okay. And he kind of like looks to Biren and Dimitri.
Yeah.
Are you also coming to play with the metal stick?
And Biren just... I'll probably also watch. Baseball's not my sport. And Dimitri just can't do much watching, but...
Yes, I know.
I'll spend time with you guys.
Okay.
Just...
What was that, Jenny?
I was muted, so I was talking to myself,
Oh.
but I was just saying,
Oh,
just
I thought you were
listening to
talking
just the tink.
Yeah. Dimitri, every time, good hit. It's like, no, Dimitri, that was really bad. It was
Like
good.
it sounded fine to me.
It sounded fine to me. So, Amir just, kind of pulls you down a little bit and, like, kisses your cheek. I'm sorry I was a bit cold last night.
No. That's fine.
Just all things considered.
And
But it'll be okay. Be okay.
yeah, I think so. I know he's still around.
Yeah. He's stubborn. That one.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he's stubborn.
I don't think we would be where we are if he wasn't.
No, we would not have gotten this far.
No.
Well. And about this point, you actually hear the door open. And in walks Dalabash.
She's here.
Yeah, and Amira is just,
Oh, no, tea time.
Yep. Oh, hello. Hello, Dalabash. And Dalabash, she has her walking stick and everything. And just, well, afternoon. Well, I guess noon. I am here to actually have tea with Ivor. And Amira just, let me go get her. It's been a bit of a rough morning. And Dalabash just, should we reschedule? I wouldn't want to push her if she's not feeling well. It's like, well, let me go see. She might be up for it. Or Magna, would you like to?
What, going to get Iva?
Go see if Iva still wants tea.
Oh, okay. Yes, I can do that.
All right.
He's gonna.
I can, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's gonna go upstairs.
Yeah. So Magna, you go upstairs. At about this time, Winter would have stopped her sobbing. She's breathing now. And she's just kind of, again, her face is still buried in the nape of your neck. And she's just, you're right. That sucked. I can't hear you.
Ah!
There we go.
I'm like right up on my mic. Why the hell?
It's not in your mouth. That's what it is.
I
Stick it in your mouth.
Oh my god. I didn't want to sugarcoat it.
No. I got a sweet tooth, but that would have been a bit much.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. She's not wiped the blood from her nose because
Yeah.
she's focused. And
Yeah.
she's also still a little bit crusty blood-wise from yesterday.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. About earlier, when we were talking and I hesitated. I love you too. There was just a lot going on in my head at the moment. I wasn't expecting it.
Well, I'll admit, I did kind of just say it, so, but I wanted you to know. I'm the kind of person that if I love someone, if I care about them, I'm going to tell them.
Also, to be candid, I wouldn't have done this normally, because it wouldn't have been any of my business. I did listen into your session with Gideon today.
And she kind of stiffens, and she just,
I didn't want to keep that from you.
No, I just remembered how much I want to kill him.
I do too. I set fire to his couch.
And she kind of pulls back, has her hands on your shoulders. Just, I love you so much. Can I kiss you, like right now?
Yeah.
And she gently cups your cheeks and just gives you the most gentle kiss on the lips. Yeah, and at about that time, like, you're in the kiss and Magnus knocking and Winter just...
You fucked.
Yes?
Dalavash is here for tea. Oh, sorry. Are you decent?
Oh, no, you can come in. We're fine.
Oh, okay. I didn't know, so I wasn't. Dalavash is here for tea.
Can you apologize to her and ask if she'd be free in maybe a few hours?
Oh, okay. Just
Magna,
go
nothing's
back
happening.
to...
Magna, nothing's happening.
Oh,
Nothing's
okay.
happening.
It's just, it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I'm just
Something
gonna
was happening.
go.
Ivor's face is like beet red.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. You just
He's just like...
You just go back to whatever it was that you were doing. I'm going to just close the door. I'm going to go tell. Okay. Okay. Bye. Oh.
Can't hear you at all, Jenny. Can't hear you at...
There you go.
Please just apologize to her for me.
That's.
It's just bad timing. A lot of
It's
happened.
Yeah.
Been a rough morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Of course. Yes. Okay. I'm going to go. And he just kind of like closes the door and like shuffles down the hall,
Yeah.
back
Is
downstairs.
he still wearing his socks?
I don't think he actually put them on this morning.
Oh, it's been a wild day.
Shoot.
Yeah, it was like boom, 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 And I don't think you put his socks on.
The most active. This is the most we've done in one morning. We're still in morning. I just want to talk about this.
We're in morning in more ways than one, but
yeah, this is the most we've done before breakfast the entire time that we've been here.
Yeah, the biggest, the gayest breakfast. This is right now.
Because everything happened.
Gonna go downstairs.
Back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
You do hear some thunder rumbling, and Dalavash kind of sees your face, and it's like, would it be best for us to reschedule?
All she needs is a couple of hours, she said. So she'll be here soon if you want to.
All right.
Sit there or something.
I may go finish a few things up at home then, but I will be more than happy to come back. If in fact you can just tell her that whenever she is ready for tea, that she may just come over.
Okay. I'm going to wait for her to come. I don't want to go and knock on the door again.
That's all right. As long as she knows.
Okay. Yes, I can make sure that she knows.
Thank you very much, Magna.
You are very welcome.
All right. Well then, I guess I have a few more hours to myself. I can get some reading in. Thank you. And she takes her walking stick, and you see her going to leave, and she stops and looks at the baseball bat and the baseballs. And are the kids planning on playing today? And she looks back, and Amir just, yes. And Dalavash, to what extent? And Amir just,
they're teaching me how to play with the metal stick.
Huh. Well, you're learning from some good players. Just make sure you don't pick up their aiming habits. No, Lily. And she gives a smile and a nod to you all, and she heads out. Unless there's anyone, because so Casper is asleep with Cora. You're cuddled up napping.
Yeah. Cora probably doesn't nap. She's just kind of thinking.
Yeah. Jenny, do you have anything in particular you want to talk to Winter about?
Yeah.
All right.
So, I did just want to admit to you about the fact that I kind of listened in. I again wouldn't have done that normally. It's just I kind of from day one knew that he wasn't. Anyway. I will do everything in my power to protect you. Everything. And I want to make sure that you know that. And I know that actions aren't the same thing as words. I've known you for what? A week? And I would legitimately do anything for you. I just want you to be aware that I would live, kill, and die for you.
That means a lot. Sorry. Sorry, besides Walter, that's a new sentiment. Oh. Thank you.
Also, I hate Meredith. More than one reason. I'm really glad that you love me.
I'm starting to realize she's a bit of a bitch.
A lot of a bitch.
A lot of a bitch.
She's messing up a lot of people. Did Ivor specifically hear her death
Who's?
during Ivor's?
Yeah, yeah,
Her own death.
yeah.
I'm really sorry for what you saw. Not just mine, but everything.
Well, it seems we might have a bit more in common than I thought.
It's kind of why I freaked out a little this morning.
Well, I'm sorry you saw that. If it's any consolation, that actually wouldn't be a consolation. I'm not going to say it. Okay. But I'm sorry. Come here. And she pulls you back into a hug. Because she's rubbing your back. We're getting my brother back.
Yeah. Speaking of which, he's not really gone. Not completely. Should have probably led with that after everything. We learned some things, and everyone else is kind of in the loop, but you should be too. Anyone that gets killed by the monsters end up in mirrors.
And she kind of
You've
looks...
only really been able to see them now that the thunder started.
She kind of looks over your shoulder and she's like staring at the mirror, and there's nothing coming from it. Okay. Might be best a little bit. It took Walter a long time to be comfortable looking at himself in the mirror. Now he's gonna have to get used to it.
I guess.
Okay. Well, nothing's been able to separate us ever for very long. No boys, no jobs, no school, no nothing. And you're a tough cookie. A strong one too. Now, while cookies aren't necessarily known for their tough and strongness, that sounds like an overbaked cookie right there. That'd be something that Walter would make accidentally. I like it about you.
I didn't used to be.
Doesn't matter. You are now. And I think you've been stronger than you think you are. Trust me, I saw some things. I've seen people break a lot faster. And she very tightly, like, she kind of pulls her hands away from you and she's clenching them very tightly, like in front of herself. Just a lot faster. Proud of you.
Please don't say that.
Say what?
Never mind.
Well, I'm also proud of you because you've done a lot of great shit here too. That was just a general proud of you.
Okay. I don't remember a lot of it, and I don't really want to think about it.
Oh, all right, we can change the subject.
So, okay. 'Cause I messed up really bad with that, and not thinking about it.
You look really pretty. even with that nosebleed that I really want to clean up off your face, and this
I
mess of an outfit. I don't know how you do it, but you rough up real nice. That sounded really weird. Let me get a washcloth real quick. I'll be you go ahead and take a seat. I'll be back. And she walks out. Magna, you would see Winter walk downstairs with a beet red face and go, I need a washcloth.
Nobody look at me.
She just walks up to the bar where Wallace is now standing. She says, I need a washcloth. And just, excuse, I need a washcloth now. Just, okay.
Don't look at me. Don't perceive me.
Has a bowl and it's like, do you need it? It's like, yes, stop all of it. Just quick, come on. And Wallace just very quickly puts water in it and like throws a cloth in it and like he hands it over.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I did.
Yeah. And Winter, thank you. And she just back upstairs. And very quickly, she kind of comes back in. It's like, all right, let's get you cleaned up. You just go ahead, sit on the bed. We'll clean up your nosebleed and some other things. I think probably for last night. Let's get you cleaned up.
Okay.
Winter just very gently starts to kind of wipe the blood off your face, off your nose, off of wherever she can find it. Just, I would politely request that you kind of ignore half the shit I say. I don't realize what I'm saying until I say it, so we're equally surprised. We're on this ride together of what I say.
I'm sorry to inform you that I kind of have a mind like a steel trap.
Oh, fucking course you do.
So,
Hey, let me have this one.
Well, what if I told you?
We can't hear you, Jenny. We couldn't hear that last part.
I
Oh.
was trailing off.
Okay. And Winter just, well, then what if I politely said, pretty please, as she's still, like, wiping the blood off of you? With sugar on top?
I don't think so.
With the cherry on top?
I don't think so.
Not even with the, I'm begging you, please, just ignore what I say half the time?
Well, I don't want to, because it's cute.
Don't gotta go make it worse.
Winter.
Well, honestly, I'm used to people kind of fawning over me for different reasons. So, the fact that you're kind of about me, we can just mutually ignore each other.
Okay, well, I think that might not be a good idea considering we're kind of like dating or something. But I mean, like, we'll kind of just let the weird things go. How about that? At least in the moment, we can bring it back up and rub each other's noses in it later. But in the moment, just let it go.
Speaking Irish language now, Winter.
Unless it's really good.
Okay,
Then...
if it's really good, then we'll make an exception. But like, gotta keep in mind comedic timing. It's all about timing.
Are you okay? Like, I know you're not, but...
I could be a lot worse. I'll say that.
Okay. And if you ever want to talk about anything, I'd be more than happy to listen.
And if you would ever like to talk about anything, I would be honored to sit and listen.
Well, as the Queen of Wits, I do have to train you.
Well, I am under your tutelage.
Okay. I'm kind of self-conscious about this now. Can you help me pick out something?
Of course.
Okay, and then maybe we should go downstairs and not be hold up.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
If you want to, because I don't want. Never mind. I'm gonna stop talking.
Well, I can help you pick out an outfit. I'll admit I'm dead fucking tired. I would like to go check on my niece.
Make sure she's not destroying Gideon's house.
Yeah. She's been through way too much. And then I might hit the shower. Have a little time to myself.
Yeah, just let me know.
Of course. Let me help you pick out an outfit first. Huh?
Also, if you ever want to do the kissing thing again, you don't even have to ask. I'm done talking. That's it.
She kind of grabs your cheek, like the little grabs your cheek and pulls you into a kiss. She pulls away and let's go. All right, darling. Let's get you an outfit picked out. And you hear her stand up and walk over, and she's kind of like, you know, all right. Well, I realize that your clothes are probably in the other room, so let's go check in there. All right, and she kind of takes your hand and walks with you to the other room. Helps you pick out an outfit. After you get changed, she would head straight to find Lily. She'd walk with you downstairs, but as soon as they were downstairs, it's like, you know, hey, anyone know where my niece went?
The library.
Thank you, Magda.
Also, don't ask about. Never mind. Don't.
She looks at the baseballs and the baseball bat. She's like, "That's my girl." Okay, well, thank you for stopping her. And Winter just heads out. Not before giving your hand like a squeeze over, and it's like, I'll see you around. I just need some time.
No problem.
And you hear very softly, "Love you."
Love you too.
And Winter gives a little squeeze and heads out. So we are nearing 12:30. I'm not saying we need to wrap up, but I'm just saying that I know there were some other things planned. So Magna, you wanted to go do something?
I did. I forgot for a hot second because so much shit was going on. Magna, actually, is Amir still around?
Probably just hanging out downstairs.
Magna's gonna go over to Amir and
Okay.
kind of sit down and just kind of elbow him a little bit.
Oh,
Just like a.
hello. What can I help you with?
There's something I'd like to do, and I want to have somebody to go with me.
Right here.
Okay. I'm right here. What can I help you with?
Okay. Let me get something really quick. And he's going to run upstairs into his room, and in his little pack that was in the corner of the room, he's just gonna kind of shuffle through it. And he has
Steel mirror.
a steel mirror.
We went into this.
We've talked about this for hours.
Yep.
I'm sad Cora can't come, but she's
I'm
preoccupied.
sorry,
Have
you're
a good
doing
time.
a thing. You're doing. I'll
Have
tell
a
you
good
all
time.
about it. And he's gonna get his steel mirror, and he's gonna run back downstairs.
Don't we love
And he's
ghost
gonna-
hunting dates?
Right?
Ghost hunting, ghost hunting, ghost
Ghost
hunting.
hunting, ghost hunting. And he's gonna sit down next to Amir, and he's gonna have this little mirror, and he's gonna put it in Amir's hand and just go. We are going, looking for people.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, and Amir looks over to Biren and Dimitri. Just, if you two could be on your best behavior. And Dimitri goes,
No.
of course not. And just won't expect anything less. We'll be back later. And Biren's like, all right, you have fun, you two. And Amir
Okay.
he kind of throws his bag over his shoulder. All right. Kind of waves the mirror. I'll follow your lead, dear.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Well, then-
It was just an idea.
I'll take the lead.
We should probably go outside.
Yes.
See if just walk.
Let's
around.
mutually lead out the door.
Oh yes, let's go that way.
Excellent. So he walks with you outside. You do see people are kind of walking around. You see like Richard and Claudius are kind of hanging out by the fountain, where you've seen them hanging out a few times, just talking, chilling. You would see the windows to Hitchwire's house have all been opened, and you see like a little bit of like an odd, like an orangey colored smoke, as you can tell that like Michaela and Hitchwire are like airing out their house and like
They pulled some bullshit.
having like a little spat of like, well, why did you think to use that one? Well, can you really tell me that you thought that was a bad idea? Of course I thought it was a bad idea. Everything you do is a bad idea. Yeah, I'm talking to your friends with you. And he's like like airing out the house as they're like fighting, as smoke is just coming out.
These two. This fucking guy.
So
This fucking guy.
And yeah, you can just start to walk around. Amir has the mirror at the moment. Do you just walk with him as he's kind of like looking around?
Yeah, Magnus just kind of like looking over his shoulder at the reflection.
Okay.
Just to see if there's anything.
You see Amir kind of like pointing the mirror in other directions to like kind of try and invite it in. But you can also tell he, like you, has no idea what he's doing. I'm going to have you both roll either investigation or arcana. Either one of those.
You're really letting me use the fuck out of percept or investigation today.
Yeah.
Yeehaw. Okay. 13.
Okay. All right. So, you both see kind of like eventually the mirror kind of catches something. And Amir kind of like it quickly like pulls the mirror back to face you guys. And what you see is the young drow boy, young man. And like the second that he seems to see you two, like he kind of goes from like kind of like a what the fuck's going on to like a oh and like it's like you see me you see me like and Amir's like yeah hi. And Amir kind of like looks up to you. He's like this is Drawult. You used to
Hello.
spend a good amount of time in the bakery. Can you hear me? And Drawult's like quiet. And you can tell he's like trying to mouth words, but it's just like and you see him like realizing how small the glass is and just and then you just hear like you see like a oh hey, and you start like shouting, and after a few moments and you see like behind them is like this like misty void almost. It's kind of aesthetically like the game Limbo, if any of you have ever played Limbo. It kind of looks a little like that behind them, as quickly gets pulled over the tabaxi, the much taller, like 1.5 foot fucking taller tabaxi gets pulled in and like has to lean down. And it's like, oh, and this is Nimble. Hi, Nimble. Waving to the mirror. And they both seem happy. And Magna, you do hear Amir getting like a little choked up. Like you can kind of feel like the shakes. And just Amir, like all Amir can bring himself to say is, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. We'll get you back. We'll get you back. And he's kind of like holding it and he's like half telling himself and half telling them. And like you see like Nimble kind of like eyeing Amir and then eyeing you, and then kind of like nudges Draul and kind of like does it like this thing, and you see Draul go. And Amir is just no, you two always like this. Okay. And like Drow, you can like tell that Drow's laughing.
Is this supposed to be what
I think they've gathered the status of our entanglement.
Oh.
And like you just like you see Drow like you just like, and Amir is just and like covering his face that's going red. He's like turns it like away. It's like no. And like as he's turning it, like you see Nimble kind of just like wait.
Okay. They're fun.
So yeah, these two literally are like 23, 24 at most. But acting a lot like college kids, you know. They're fucking college kids. You would see after you would hear some thunder rolling in the distance. And
actually when the thunder rolls,
okay,
Magna's gonna kind of like motion like, do you hear that?
and you realize that they're both actually looking down and then look at each other, and it's like like there's, and Amir is just, so it's above us but below them.
So
like you and Amir both simultaneously look up at the sky.
are they? Then why can we see them?
The sky?
Why can we see them here? Like,
Well, when we've seen them here in the mirror, it is common belief that spirits and other things can converse through mirrors. Scrying mirrors and things like that are often used.
I've seen them multiple times.
In the mirrors, or
well, just here, just in this space.
When you saw them not in the mirrors, did they have physical forms or were they ghostly?
I've seen 2 times. The one was Beckett and Malik's uncle was in the tavern, but he was kind of misty, but he was standing in that space. And then and he kind of like points to the damage done to Gideon's office.
Yeah.
And that Carmen did that.
You also saw Shire in the library very briefly.
And I saw
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
3 times. My brain is somewhat broken.
Yeah. Well, this is a lot. This is a lot. Were they all ghostly?
Kind of. Yes.
Okay. So they're not physically here entirely. Do you think they're cracking through?
I wouldn't be surprised. What do you think that noise is?
And you hear thunder. You both look up. And you would see Drow and Nimble both look down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't... Why would they be up and also around like that? I don't...
Well, we've never seen them at the same time.
No.
In the mirror and down here.
Maybe this is just me thinking, which doesn't happen way too often. Maybe we are here and they're up here, but then at some point we cross. And at those times when we cross, that's when we can see. But they're still very thin, so I don't know. It's just a thought.
Okay. What? And Amir would look back to the mirror, and you do see that these two fucking kids have like, and like start drawing. They're not like writing messages. They're just like doodling.
Why are they drawing so many phallic symbols on the mirror?
We knew where you were going with that. These are kids. We knew.
They're college kids. And just like and like you see them like wiping it now that they've been caught.
Magna's gonna like
I love that.
like just blow some whatever on it, and he's just
Blow
gonna
some
whatever he blows some whatever on the fucking thing. I don't know, and then he's just gonna write like, "I see you,"
and you just see like a wait.
Is it? Because our environment is so much more, I guess, defined than theirs is from what we can see.
Yeah.
I'm going to like take the mirror and kind of hold it like over my shoulder so they can see the square.
Okay.
And kind of like point to buildings like, do you see the buildings?
Yeah. And they like tapping like on the mirror. Like
then try to be like what does your surroundings look like? Like show us what's around you.
And they kind of like lean out of the way. And behind them you just see again, it looks like a misty limbo. It almost looks like y'all know Silent Hill at all?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I also sent images of Limbo, the game, in the chat as well.
Perfect. So it looks like a combination of how Limbo looks mixed with the misty fogginess of how Silent Hill looks when it's that time. And Raul like just kind of gives like a great tourist attraction. And like you see like a and Raul like seems to like dig through their bag. Like a shoulder bag, and pulls out, and you see like it looks like a notebook, like a flip notebook, and writes and puts it in front of the mirror, and it says, "Great," all caps _ tourist attraction. Slaps it right in front.
Thank you for all that.
Flips it over. It. And it's just like a trip to die for. Just like kind of shoves it back in their bag, and Amir is just holding, and just like, no, you were holding it, and Amir just.
It's okay. They're young. It's fine.
No, I know, and that's how they are.
But they did help a whole lot. Like that, that's we wouldn't have found that out any other way, probably.
No, probably not. And then he like goes back to the mirror and is like, thank you. And they you see Nimble's like ear kind of like twitch over to the side and turns over, kind of like looks up a little bit and taps Drought's shoulder, and Drought looks over and doesn't look like neither of them are looking as tall up as Walter was. And you see, like, kind of on the edge, another drow hand kind of gesture. And you see Drow just, and Nimble walks away, and Drow just kind of slides off. And you see the background for a little bit, And then it kind of just becomes a mirror again. And the mirror's just... Okay. Not the direction I expected them.
No. But, that was informative, I'd say.
Could we check around a bit further? I'd like to see if we could see anyone else.
Oh, okay. And he's gonna hand over the mirror.
Okay.
Again.
A mirror. It's kind of like, okay, has the mirror. And it's like, oh, one moment, and he's kind of digging his bag. What you see in the mirror is you see a mirror in the mirror, and you see behind him is like a hand, and it happens through the mirror. It is the hand, it's a dark-skinned hand with pale yellow robes, and you can see kind of this long beard, and like this the very bottom of like a strong jaw, and on the front above his beard you see a necklace with the Pelorian sun, as Pelor has rested through the mirror his hand on Amir's shoulder, but by the time Amir looks back up, it's gone. And Amir pulls out what looks to be like a little, like a crystal or something. It's like, I've never been ghost hunting, but, well, I shouldn't call it ghost hunting. Ghost searching. I've never been ghost searching, but I have heard that these kinds of crystals can do very good. So,
You have that on you the entire time?
I have a lot of things. In this pack, I actually have a shovel. Do you want to know what this little shovel is for, specifically?
Shoveling.
Pelorian clerics are always supposed to have a shovel on hand to bury the dead. Because I'm...
So shoveling.
Jesus.
Well, more, I'm supposed to lead funerals, if need be.
Oh.
That's not been necessary here, all things considered. Looked at the crystal.
Okay.
I do a lot of things. Not a lot of them have been very useful here, to be completely honest. No one's had a child here, so I can't do that. No one grows crops here, so I can't bless those. But this, we'll see if it works. And he holds it in the hand, kind of like behind the handle of the mirror, as if like holding the crystal to the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And he keeps walking. Just kind of around town. You definitely see him a few times try and catch Gideon's office to see if he can like call out Carmen or Anya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to pull anything yet. He kind of keeps gesturing to like the different buildings. And eventually, as I want you to roll again, either perception or investigation.
Come on, Erlen dice. Don't fuck me over. Please do not.
Please, God, don't.
Oh, that's good. So let's do math. 21.
Oh, okay. As Amir is walking, you guys walk past the bakery, which has big windows, right? Let all the sun in. Pelorian. As you're walking by, you see kind of in the window as you're like watching, you see kind of like over Amir's shoulder to look in the mirror is a familiar tabaxi, much leaner. Like kind of like in that pose of like, so we're gonna talk about boys, like the slumber party on their stomach, and they're just like, and as they're kind of kicking their feet, you can tell it's almost like swimming, that they're kind of like just floating behind Amir, just kind of like looking over their shoulder. But
is this in the reflection of the bakery windows?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you hear another roll of thunder, and you see Amir kind of like catch the window in the mirror, and then turn, and like Amir also sees it. It's like, oh, and that's Shia, and he points
Oh, I've seen that one before.
Yeah, they used to run the library.
Oh.
Yeah. And Shire like kind of notices that they've been seen and just gives like a wide grin of like a. And they kind of like move so they're kind of seated again, crisscross applesauce, and their elbows are kind of like on their knees, and they kind of rested their head in their hands, their tail flicking, very similarly to what you saw in the library. Their ringed tail flicking. And they hear the thunder, and then yeah, and you both just like, and you see like one ear twitch up, and then one ear twitch down as they listen. As another roll of thunder hits. And like you see in a very, you can tell this is illusion magic. Even you know this is illusion magic. You see like a little of like thought bubbles, and like a very cartoony,
Wait, I love them.
big.
They're really
thought
good.
bubble. And like you see them kind of like playing out this whole scene of like thinking, and their thoughts, because they know they can't speak, are being translated in the bubble. And you see little like kind of cutesy cartoony versions of like the Forgotten, except Magna, you recognize Verlier, Thivek, Shire, Carrie, Nimble, Drault, Anya, and Carmen. They pop up. And Walter. They pop up.
No, Walter's up there.
But
Yeah, Walter's up there too.
others appear. Ones that you haven't seen in anyone's memories, indicating that Beckett may not have been the first person here, but has been here the longest of this group. As there's a good amount of people that kind of appear behind the ones you recognize. And you see them kind of like all jumping simultaneously. And like you hear the thunder, and then Shire just kind of shakes that thought off, sits for a second. And then you see them all appear again. And it's just like you can see them going through different theories. And then what you see is the different Forgotten. And behind each of the Forgotten is a massive figure. Various massive figures behind each of the Forgotten. You would recognize the hands of one of them behind Walter that you saw also pulling open the bubble for Winter. You would recognize the person standing behind Drault to be another drow, similar to the hand that you saw, but it seems to be much larger. And just these little passing things that you've seen. And Shire kind of just looks to you, and then it shows you two. And Shire just, and behind a mirror, again, a little cartoony version of a mirror, is a full standing version of Paylor. A tall, regal black man with a long beard and long, flowing robes, standing proud and tall behind you. And Shire just, and you see him, and like and then you see like a floating book, a book you recognize as the one that you found in the library that listed all the gods.
Mm-hmm.
And the pages are just kind of turning. And like behind you appears a young, like probably 30s, 40s looking human man, with dirty blonde hair, a suit of armor. Again, just tall and regal like Paylor, and you can see that Paylor and this other being acknowledge each other in a very friendly manner. I want you to roll either wisdom, history, arcana. I'd say history, religion, or arcana, whatever is highest.
None of them.
Okay.
None of
I'm
them.
gonna have both.
I'm a piece of garbage.
Actually, I realize I'm also going to have a
I'm
mirror
a
roll
dumb
because
bitch.
Amir
I'm
might,
a dumb bitch.
Amir might also recognize. So I'm going to have you both roll.
I'm a dumb bitch. We don't know.
Having looked through the book, could he have advantage?
I did look through the book.
Advantage.
Hey.
Okay. I thought I should.
Oh, actually, I didn't even need it.
Oh.
Did you get a natural 20?
I didn't even.
Did you get a natural
No,
20?
no, I didn't. I didn't. Technically, wait, history,
Or
arcana,
You-
religion,
Yeah.
right?
You can roll again to see if you get a crit. You never know.
No,
Okay.
I did not. But the
Doesn't
first
hurt.
one was 19.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So what you see is a deity that you remember in the book. It is a deity named Lathander. Lathander is the deity who is often associated with rebirths, renewals. Often a god of artists. And you recognize his symbol is a winding road leading to a rising sun.
Wow, that's gay.
As,
What the fuck?
That's really fucking gay. Okay.
and you see
Jesus.
this god, literal god, standing behind you in this little animation, lack of better terms. Just, Lathander, that's quite a powerful god, actually.
I don't get this.
You're not religious, are you?
I didn't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I wasn't for like the longest time, and then I saw all of your stuff, and I was like, oh, that's happening.
Well, we can talk more about that later. And like,
Okay.
Shire seems to see you two going back and forth, and Shire just, and you see their tail flick away the bubble, and another one forms, and you see it, having like a cartoony version of Anya and Carmen, who you recognize. And behind them, you see Shire literally kind of like look, call out, nod, and look back, and you see that both of them have a shared god behind them, who, with that high roll involving also the book and everything, you would recognize from the list, especially when you see kind of the symbol of a man's hands bound by a red cord, is the deity Ilmater, who is of endurance and perseverance. And he seems to be standing behind the sisters. And Shire is kind of like, you get this? And Amir's, are the Forgotten being championed?
I don't know.
And Shire just, and like when they huff, you see their fur kind of fluff up a bit.
You're so annoyed.
And you see them wave it away, and you realize that they're having to try and communicate without words.
Yeah, and I know it's really tough.
Yeah, and they kind of make the book reappear again.
Is it the same book?
And they just, and like blow it away. And behind Shire, you see a goddess appear in long robes. And you would recognize this from the list as the goddess, I believe her pronunciation is Lyra, who is a goddess of illusion. And you see her kind of gently like put her fingers and start like rubbing behind Shire's ear And Shire just like kind of leans in. You can tell that Shire's purring into this as they're kind of leaning into the goddess's touch. And the goddess just walks away, and Shire just stands up, gives a bow, and then disappears as if wind has blown them away off of the window.
I love Shire. Oh my
Shire's
God.
amazing. Shire's
Oh my
so
fucking
cool.
God, I love Shire. Holy shit.
So Amir's just, okay.
I have a lot of more questions. Like a lot of questions.
Yes. This is a lot of questions.
Yes.
Any you think I could answer? Don't have high hope for me.
I don't know. But I guess, if anything, you have an answer for yourself.
I'd kind of been worried I may have really messed up. I may have been forsaken a bit.
No.
I worry. It's nice to know I haven't. You know what's interesting? Palor. My god.
Yes. Unless there's
Lathander.
another one. I don't know.
Lathander, the one that was behind you.
Yes.
They're friends, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Palor's friends with a lot of gods, but even their symbolism aligns. So.
And I know this just from looking.
And you see, like, his face is getting a little red. Just, well, shall we keep investigating?
What time is it?
I would say after, like, everything that's happened, it's probably getting a little close to literally just to speed.
Baseball date.
Yeah, it's getting about there.
I promised Lily that I would learn how to play that game.
Oh, of course. And Amir kind of looks to the mirror one final time as if just kind of like hoping. And
We can always do it again.
I know. I've just missed them. And he kind of gestures back out towards town, and you see at about the time that it catches, like he's kind of reached it out, and turned it back. You see in the distance it catches the guard tower, and then by the time he turns it fully back, Walter's there. And he's like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And Amir's just, oh, you scared me. Hello.
And Magnus just gonna like excitedly just point at Amir, like, look, I brought somebody. Look, it's another person who's looking at you.
And Walter's just like, oh, hey. Oh. And like you see as he's like wiping like his forehead, like you can see the scar of where it had bit. And he's just, and he writes, you see him start to write winter with a question mark.
And he's gonna like right back, he's gonna write tavern, okay.
Yeah. Like,
and then Magnus also gonna go,
like
and then Magnus is gonna be like,
We did good.
and Amir's just like he's
sorry,
smiling.
I promise we made this. This was a plan that
I
we
don't know. This delights me. This delights me.
Oh, it's really good.
And, well, 'cause-
That was the symbol that he decided to fucking use. Just the can't see bitch. Got it.
well, he can't like. And
It's just really funny.
well, because like in his mind, he's like long hair. That's both of you. Like who the fuck is that? Like
Oh, I
That's a
get
lot
you.
of people.
Now it's only one of two, and we know that Winter's not smooching on Dimitri.
No.
No, exactly. See, it worked.
Oh, it's so good.
So Walter's just like,
So good.
and he kind of like leans over again and asks again, Lily.
Magna's gonna blow on it and write, I took her metal stick.
And Walter's just like,
He has no idea what that means.
and
Because I mean, it looks like you can swing it, you know.
yeah, yeah. And Amir is like, yes, the bat, yes.
Oh, that's okay.
And Walter just, you see him like kind of trying to, and like Amir like lets him,
Yeah, just turn it.
he points it to his Gideon's, and like you see him staring at it and just.
He would have enabled her.
And
It's just like, sorry.
I never set his couch on fire.
yeah,
There's that.
Oh, yeah, Magna didn't see that, so otherwise I would have drawn a couch on fire. But
yeah.
So yeah, damn it.
But so Amir just kind of pulls it back and is just like, and like Walter like, it's like the scratches. Oh, he's like holding them. It's like, and he writes Carmen, and Walter's like.
He's so happy.
And like really fast, you see like a pair of like paler hands kind of reach in, and you see they're covered in freckles as like a girl kind of leans in, and you just see the wild curling red hair of Carmen leaning over. She's like, and Amir just like, this is like covering his face, like just, and Carmen's just like,
Fucking love her.
He's so good.
and Walter
So
kind of
good.
like wraps an arm around her and kind of like noogies her head.
Just stop, fucking stop.
And at about that point, like you hear thunder.
Dad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know that the moment he died and got up there, he's like, "You're all my kids now."
I'm your problem now.
Yeah, right.
Thunder roars, kind of just not too loud. Again, it's just the rumbling. You hear thunder. And Carmen jumps and stares down, and Walter's like, and like kind of like soothing her hair. It's like, you see him like, Carmen's kind of frozen as she's like clutched onto his shirt, and he's just kind of like gently like kind of with her hair. It's like, it's okay. It's like, and he leads her away, and Amir just, okay, well, we know what direction we need to look then.
Yes, the trouble though is, how do we get there?
I don't know.
Because I cannot fly.
No. I think Dolavosh can shapeshift, maybe, but I don't know if she'd be able to get there.
Yeah, I don't think so.
In the distance, you hear, "Hey!" from the guard tower.
Yes, I know.
I know it's time.
And Amir just, let's head on over.
Okay, I have to go pick up the stuff from the tavern that I left.
Let's head off. And Lily is like, and I want to play on this side of town. And then she's kind of pointing at the, like, you're kind of more on the edge of some of the houses. Not too terribly far from Gideon's, but like, she did promise that she
I'll hit
wouldn't.
it by accident.
She did promise that she wouldn't hit a ball at Gideon's house.
She promised.
Yeah.
But,
She did it by
mistakes.
accident. Mistakes happen.
Mistakes happen.
It's like, and if it makes you feel better, I will aim away from the houses.
Okay.
Okay.
Where is Ivor right now? Because I know Cora's sleeping.
Cora's
or
with
cuddling her.
Yeah.
Cora's not sleeping. Cora's just
hanging
with
out,
Vespis.
hanging out
Yeah.
with Vespis, who may or may not be sleeping.
Ivor, you're downstairs with
Metal stick time. Sorry.
So she was initially in the tavern,
Okay.
downstairs, when Winter left,
Okay.
and then Magna and Amir left. She probably would have like checked in really quickly with Wallace to just be like, "Hey, I'm okay. I really appreciate you being there.
Yeah.
I'm good," that kind of thing. And then she'd be like, "I'm late to tea with someone who reminds me of my mother. I'm fucked."
Ooh.
So...
Yeah.
Yikes.
So Ivor heads to
That's what
Dalawash.
the kids call a yikes.
Okay. So you all actually at about the time that y'all are planning for baseball, you all probably would have actually seen Ivor because you're kind of nearer the houses now. So as you're heading, they will actually be playing baseball relatively near where these houses are. So you're going to be kind of in the same area of town. So what we're going to do is I'm going to focus on Ivor getting tea with Dalawash.
I'll get your tea.
And then we'll come back to baseball with Magna and all them.
The big question is, Ivor doesn't know where Dalawash lives.
Wallace would have told you.
Okay.
And if nothing else, if you, like, Amir would call out to you and, like, hello. So if you asked him, like, am I heading in the right direction? Like, he would probably guide you to...
She would ask
Yeah.
that, because it's like, I don't want to knock on the wrong door, because I'm already embarrassed. I just had, like, feelings talk, and,
Yeah. And Amir goes, and Amir would guide you, like, right to Dalawash's. Let's go ahead. Well, have a good time. I promise you, she's not upset. She actually is very understanding of rescheduling. Ivor, I know Dalawash. Trust me, she's not upset. If she was upset, we would know.
She just, reminds me of my mother.
Ah.
You never made her wait, so...
Well, I'm sure it's fine. He kind of pats her shoulder. Have a good time. She's an excellent conversationalist.
Thank you.
So he kind of leaves you in front of the door and heads back to go retrieve the baseball and the baseball bat and all that with Magda. You knock, and after a few moments, you hear like coming. And you hear kind of like some things be put down on the other side, and she, after a moment, walks over and opens the door for you. And, Ivor, oh, excellent! Please come in.
Sorry I made you wait.
It's all right. From the sounds of it, it seems like you've had quite a rough day.
It was a bit much. Yeah.
It's completely fine, and she shuts the door. I do have tea ready, so please take a seat here. And she offers you an arm and guides you to a very plush, like, love seat. Very comfortable.
Classy woman. Classy woman.
It smells of tea and books and like incense. Like the incense is faint, but it also just, you can tell by like the way you're moving and like what you can feel. Like this is also a very clean house, unlike Thespis, where you were kind of constantly feeling shit on like Hitchwire, where there was like you're tripping over shit. Like this is a very
Thespis' house tripping over shit.
Yeah, everyone's house tripping over shit so far.
Yeah, right.
And it's a different kind of clean than Gideon's. Gideon's felt like sterile. Yeah, while this just feels picked up after, And she kind of, you hear her kind of rustling with a tray and go, and what do you like in your tea?
I usually take it just plain.
All right, well then. And she puts the cup on a saucer and hands you the saucer.
Thank you.
Of course. And you hear her pouring herself some tea and kind of fishing for some sugar cubes. Yeah. So, you wanted to have tea, which is absolutely delightful. I am very flattered that you asked. Is there a particular reason?
Yes and no.
Which answer am I getting?
A little bit of both. I don't have an ultimate goal out of it. But you remind me a lot of my mother, so...
At that, she would kind of freeze. Well, I'm flattered. And if you want to spend time with me because of it, I'll definitely take it as a compliment.
I knew I wanted to get to know you from the beginning, but I know it sounds a bit weird to kind of just bring that up immediately, but again, my mother was my best friend, so...
Well, while I can never replace that, I am happy that I can be here as a reminder.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. Moreover, I knew that I would like you.
Well, I have certainly enjoyed your company so far, so I am not complaining. Well, tell me about your mother then. What did she do? And this will stay confidential if you so wish. I'm very good at secrets.
My mother was a politician of sorts.
Oh, the first time for everything. I've never been compared to a politician.
She was good.
That's hard to come by. A good politician.
I mean, she meant to be. I guess it's kind of hard.
Yeah. Well, you've come out of it, so she must have done something, right?
You flatter me.
Oh, me. Flattery. No, you mistake. If I have something nice to say, then I say it. If I have something not nice to say, and it's appropriate to say it, I say it. I consider myself an honest woman, in many ways. So, if I believe someone seems to be in need of some good words, I am happy to provide. Granted, they are deserving. And you seem quite deserving.
Thank you. Her hands are definitely still shaking for more than one reason.
What's on your mind?
A lot. All the time. It was just a really hard morning for more than one reason.
Well, would you care to talk?
I might have to be a bit more vague about it.
Whatever is comfortable for you.
Had a series of not so great dreams. Ended up in it triggering some kind of bad memories. Dealt with that. Winter was having a bit of a rough time. And everything to come of that. But otherwise, everything's fine. Just a lot hit at once.
What's the phrase? When it rains, it pours?
I guess. It's not supposed to rain here, so...
No, but the thunder has been quite interesting. And at about that time, you do hear the thunder. And you can feel like a strength, a magical energy, just like a sheer energy from like right behind Dalavash that you would recognize as very similar to what you have felt behind Cora. And you actually hear this disembodied voice. You only hear it when the thunder's kind of rumbling. and it's hazy at first, so you only kind of catch like the end of it. It's a very androgynous voice. It's kind of breathy. And it sounds like the kind of entity that's speaking with a smile. It's just, oh, you can always make a tea date for someone else, but what about me? It's been so long. And just, well, it's just completely understandable if you've had such a rough morning for us to delay this, but I am glad that you came by.
I am still really sorry. It was just not the right time for Noon to have come around.
Things do tend to sneak up. But I assure you, I actually offered to Magna for us to reschedule. So it's completely fine. I got a little bit of reading in. And trust me, I'm not a politician. If you make me wait, it's understandable.
Okay.
You're not one of the kids under my ward either. I'll be a little less firm about holding a schedule.
That makes sense. I don't mean to say this as any sort of I know your secrets kind of thing. It's more of if you want to talk to your friend while I'm around, I don't mind.
No, it's simply a me enforcing boundaries with manners. Shouldn't be interrupting conversations that I'm having with other people.
Makes sense.
You know, like a child, perhaps. And after like a kind of a beat of silence, you hear a very, very faint rumble of thunder, as it is starting to get like a little later in the day. And just, I'm older than you. And just, then acted.
I fucking loved
It's so good.
this like entity that's thousands and thousands and thousands of year old. It's like, act like it then, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
fucking love her.
She's so good.
Yes. I am quite fond of my friend, but has some behavioral differences that we need to work out. But it is nice. It's been quite a while since I've heard of them. It's quite quiet. It's strange. Yeah, they are quite the talker. Always. And at first it was nice to have the silence, and then it got a little lonely.
I can at least understand that much.
Appreciate it for a while for the recharge. But then you kind of want it back once you've recovered. Tell me, how did you get your magic? If you don't mind me asking.
Had this conversation with Meredith, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I asked her to tea, kind of wanting to gauge the people that I'm around.
You hear like a ring kind of tapping on her cup. Just,
Not a fan of her, to be honest.
well, you're not alone.
Seems a lot of people agree.
And those who don't agree, I either worry about in if they're okay, or I worry about being around them, and there's no in between.
Yeah.
Anyway, you had this conversation with Meredith.
I'd like to say it's partially innate and advanced with study.
All right.
I was born with the ability to be able to see things that haven't yet happened.
Oh, divination. Always found that fascinating.
It's a blessing and a curse.
As most magic is, and to some degree.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine the cons of divination are quite unique, I assume.
But I was studying for a very long time.
Well, I've seen just a bit of what you can do with your magic. I'm quite impressed. A woman your age.
I wasn't aware that I was able to do that until I did it.
Oh, isn't that the best feeling, though?
I used to use that to light candles.
Well, you lit something else on fire very well.
I didn't realize they looked like big dogs. Don't like dogs.
Ah, well, perhaps it's for the best that you're not as visually aware about them.
Yeah, but one of them got me yesterday.
Oh, are you alright?
I am now.
Of course. Well, if it makes you feel any better, no one here is going to judge about any new scars. We all have them.
Yeah.
Some just more obvious than others.
So, I'm curious about how you got yours.
Oh.
Magic. I mean, not scars.
Well, I do not mind discussing either. Magic, though. I had a teacher in my first life. I've had many. Many people here have died once. I've died, I believe last I checked was about 9 times. I believe the first death was the worst. I didn't know I would come back. But,
I can't imagine.
But I had a teacher. I've always had an affinity for nature. And so he took me under his wing a bit. I was also going through quite a rough time in my life. And I sought comfort in taking care of things around me. Flowers, trees, animals. And he taught me how to have the magical connection. And it came quite naturally to me, I guess we could say, for lack of better words. We had a bit of a falling out, though, my teacher and I. Led to some less than ideal circumstances. Have you ever been burned before?
Physically?
Yes.
No. Not by fire, at least.
And you can kind of feel her go into thought for a moment.
She just lets her think. She doesn't say anything.
Well, where I was located, my first life, I didn't necessarily... It wasn't the most welcoming of many types of magic. Especially when the magic doesn't conform to the will of a god, or a goddess, or a deity of any other kind. And there was an accident, and people got hurt which I'd never meant for. Ever. And, well, I'm not sure if this is much of a thing where you're from, and I don't mind talking about this. First death was burning at the stake. Not a good way to go. But after that, in my final moments, was when my friend came in. And adhered itself to my soul. And it took me a little while, but I ended up tossed into some recently deceased body elsewhere in the world. Tell you, it's strange the bodies I've woken up in. I don't know if you could imagine by the way I sound, but there was a time I inhabited the body of a 6'4" lumberjack of a man, a full beard. It was quite an odd sensation. But after some shaving and some discovering new fashions, I was able to make it work. Had to get a lot of dresses tailor-made, though. And gotten used to whatever bodies I've woken up in, making them my own, making them home. And it's sort of become innate now. Any body that I inhabit, I still keep my magics. And I decided that I would take my love of caretaking to children. That's what pays the bills, anyway, and unfortunately, I lived in many places that was a requirement. And I do love kids. So.
Well, you're very good at taking care of them.
Thank you. I've always wondered if I would ever have them of my own, but I don't know if I could not be able to clock out, so to say.
I can imagine that some of my nannies were pretty sick of me at the end of the day.
I can tell you they probably were, but that's part of the job. And a good nanny, will love their kids no matter how maddening they are. And I have a feeling you are probably not the worst that any of them ever had. Though I'll admit, I don't know what you were like as a child.
It was pretty quiet, but there were very strict house rules, and I didn't like staying inside when I was supposed to.
Tolerable frustration.
Probably gave a couple nannies heart attacks.
Oh, well, especially if you were a politician's child. Most assuredly.
I'm going to be honest with you because I haven't told anyone else. I'm the only daughter of a queen. So...
Oh. Then yes, you most definitely gave many heart attacks.
Yeah, and I like to scale along rock faces by the ocean.
Oh, did any of your nannies ever collapse? I can imagine.
A couple of times.
I can imagine. I'll admit, higher up the social ladder the parents are, the wilder the children.
Yeah. I think that's where my love of reading came from, though. They would stick a storybook in my hands and then just clock
It's
out.
It's a fantastic way to just prop up your feet and get a nice break. It's also great for brain development. So it's a win-win.
Well, according to Winter, I'm a little bit too smart. So maybe it wasn't such a great thing.
Well, I don't think there's anything as too smart. It's the problem becomes when you are very intelligent and understimulated. That, and a good nanny knows how to keep the child stimulated. Trust me, I babysit a Dwyer. I'm well aware.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. I love Lily to death, but I don't know how you do it. How you do it.
With a lot of patience and a lot of love and learning her middle name was a necessity. Nothing gets a child to stop faster than a full name.
I am very aware of that, especially because mine is very long.
Ah. Well, since I don't have to nanny you, I won't have to memorize that.
No. I prefer going by Ivor anyway.
Well, Ivor it is. And if that changes, you just let me know.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Just for everything. I mean,
Well, it is quite literally my job, but also my pleasure. And you are welcome to come by any time that I am available, because I would love to have more tea dates with you.
I would love to as well. I think I'm a little less busy than you are, though.
Yes, likely.
So, if you would ever like to get tea, please.
I will come to you then. Now, tomorrow is Beckett's birthday. I'm not sure if you are aware.
Thespis finally told us.
Malik makes sure that I never forget. But tomorrow is her birthday, and I am sure that we are going to be planning a little something at the tavern tomorrow afternoon. So I am just giving you a heads up. There will be a little... I would call it a soiree, but anything at a tavern is hardly a soiree. A little party will be held at the tavern, I'm sure. And I know that she would appreciate it as little as she will say it. I'm sure she would appreciate it if you were there.
I was planning on it.
Good. Good. If nothing else, a party with these people is always entertaining, to say the least.
Ivor's face falls like a little bit before she catches it, because she knows for a fact that Winter is not going to be
Her usual.
as excited as she usually is at parties.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep you, but I genuinely do appreciate you sitting down and talking to me.
Well, again, I have enjoyed every moment of it. So,
It's nice to have tea with someone who it doesn't feel like she's immediately plotting my demise.
oh, no. No. It takes quite a bit for me to get to that point. Quite a bit.
Well, let me know if I ever get close.
Oh, no, you would know. I'll make sure you know.
Okay.
I do try and mend things before they get that bad.
Good.
I would say there's only probably one person. Two people. In my entire time
Think
here.
about that.
Well, perhaps plotting the demise is a bit strong.
Let me hear it.
I'm not planning Meredith's demise. In fact, I am above that. But just, some idle daydreaming. I understand I have quite a lot of words, but she... Perhaps it's the tone. Maybe the tone. And Gideon.
Don't like him either. I set this couch on fire.
Well. I
I'm
shouldn't...
so fucking proud of that.
She is. She's very proud of it.
Now, what I should say is that was very irresponsible. What I should say is that is unacceptable. And that we, as ladies, are above that. But what I will say, good girl.
I was kind of proud of it. He did deserve it.
Of course.
He normally deserves it, but in that moment especially, he deserved it.
Well, I, for one, am proud.
And besides, he was there to put it out.
Oh.
Fire safety.
Oh, of course. I was going to
Can't have it affecting the rest of the town.
Of course. Well, I don't know if you have noticed or have been told, but it seems that some of the monsters may have gotten to the front of his house last night.
Oh, that wasn't the monsters, but you didn't hear that from me.
I won't ask. But that
Probably shouldn't.
does delight me. The best part is, well, anytime monsters destroy property in Nexilis, Roger is the one to fix it. Not sure exactly what his status is, but he is able to do so, and it is appreciated. And he unbiasedly fixes everything. But not Gideon's. He's left it.
Good to hear.
He's quite an odd man. Quite an odd man. Can't get a read on him.
He scares me.
That's a common response. But now, I am by no means a friend of Roger's. I hardly know him. But we've had moments of conversation, which I don't know if he's had with many others here. I will not say that I like him, but I will say that I find him interesting. Albeit objectively intimidating, but it takes a lot for a man to scare me anymore.
I found my reasons.
And I will not tell you that they are wrong. I am sure that you have very understandable reasons. And I am not here to talk you out of your dislike, by any means. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion of people. And if you ever find yourself needing of solace away from whoever, my door is always open.
Thank you.
You hear a bit of thunder. I just hear, you know he's an asshole, right? And Bella's just... Language.
I love her.
Language. And you just hear, language.
Have you talked to Cora yet?
Oh, very in passing. I have been meaning to sit with Cora more, actually.
I get a very similar feeling between the two of you.
It seems we have similar situations.
Taste in friends.
Pardon?
Similar taste in friends.
Well, that's one way to put it. Yes, similar taste in friends. Well, we are both friends with you, after all.
True.
I think you two would get along.
Well, she does seem very bright.
She is. It's also scary. I don't know what she's hiding.
Oh, probably lots of things.
A lot. I'm really worried.
I'll admit, I have worked with royalty and upper class. I know how they train their kids. I've been there. She is probably hiding more than we could even imagine.
Yeah, I don't want to get on her bad side.
No, that's probably for the best.
I've been teasing her in Thespis, but you know.
I'm sure that's fine. They have
Sure,
been
it'll be okay.
they have been needing to discuss some things between the two of them anyway.
Needed a bit of a shove.
No.
You guys still don't know either.
No.
No? Well, hopefully sooner rather than later. It's been quite a while since I've seen Thespis as intrigued in someone as I've seen them with Cora.
Pretty sure they almost kissed yesterday.
Almost. Well.
Fucking bitch.
Well, let's hope that before too long, that's an actuality. If nothing else, at least that a conversation happens.
Yeah, I hope so.
Nobody needs to know.
Anyway, if you need something in particular to trip Thespis up during your spying sessions, there's always that.
Underhanded. I like it.
Again, daughter of a royal.
Of course, I would expect no less.
Constantly scheming.
So fascinating. Well, I do believe I may need to wrap up here soon. I do need to start preparing for my patrols this evening. And
I don't want to keep you.
it does take me quite a while to change from this into my guard duty gown. Layers, you understand.
Very much.
Well, thank you very much for stopping by. I look forward to our next tea date.
I do too. Again, thank you.
Of course. You have a wonderful rest of your day, Ivor. Near outside.
Oh god.
That is where
Baseball!
Baseball.
it's Birin, Amir, and Dimitri are all seated on the ground watching. And what Lily is first teaching you to do, and she is basically, her back is towards town. She's a little in town, so that if she hits the ball out into the fields, it's not lost forever. But she is keeping her back towards Gideon's, to hit the ball away, as she promised. And she's kind of teaching you how to pitch.
Oh, Lord.
For this, I'm going to have you roll athletics.
Oh, no, I'm going to hit her with the ball.
Sleight of hand, maybe.
Yeah, athletics is
Okay.
probably the best bet.
Athletics.
So what do I need to add to that? Okay. $11.
Okay, so you're getting the hang of it. You're learning. Aiming is harder than Lily makes it sound.
Yeah.
More often that you swing it and like it's not tossed in a way that she could feasibly hit it. It's not hitting her. But it's like too far in one direction. It's too low. It's, and Lily's like, no, okay, slow it down a little bit. And like, she's trying to coach you, but you can tell she's good at baseball. This doesn't mean that she can teach baseball.
Yeah, that's fair.
13.
That's fair.
She's 13 and she's just, Amir, Dimitri, and Birin are, you're hearing some supportive calls from Amir, and just the kind of like little peanut gallery of chiming in and having fun. Malik is also playing with you, and every now and then Malik kind of like tugs on your sleeve and kind of like shows you how to move your arm by example.
Sweet.
Of like how he would.
Sweet bean.
But you realize that doesn't exactly work because you are significantly taller and stronger than him.
Yeah.
So how that would work. What you do see after a little while is Lily had been adamant that you all start to play around 5:30. Right?
Yeah.
And after a little while of playing, you see her keep looking back into town. She keeps looking back into town, and then gets back focused in the game. And after
Come out.
huh?
Is she waiting for Gideon to come out?
After a while,
Oh, god damn it, no!
She promised not to hit his house.
after a little
Yeah.
Gonna
while,
hit his property.
This
after-
is the disaster.
after a little while, you do see her kind of look over and sees Gideon. And
There's a flash in her eyes. Of
yeah, you just see it, and she's like, okay. All right, Magda, toss again. Toss again.
I don't know if I want to toss again.
Come on, just one more time. You're not that bad. Come on. He's gonna chicken out. Malik, you do it. I want to hit one baseball. I have not hit a single baseball. You owe me.
Magna's gonna throw the ball at Gideon.
full chuck at it.
Roll athletics.
I was debating, do I want to throw it to her, or do I want to play her game and throw it at Gideon?
Okay. I'm
I
also going to
wanna
roll
throw.
because of what Lily's going to do. So you roll.
Ooh.
Please.
Hold on. 23.
What did Lily roll?
Where is it? There it is. Nat 20.
Oh my god. Yes.
This is what we're here for.
Let me paint the picture.
Oh, please.
Please, Casper.
Gideon is walking away. He sees you all and just dismisses you. You throw the ball. What you see before Lily realizes what you've done, you can tell she's not paying attention to the ball. She was never paying attention to the ball.
Oh no.
And lets go of the bat. Oh no! Before she can call out the baseball, thunk on the back of Gideon's head.
Turns around.
Gideon turns around. Blam!
Oh no.
With a baseball bat.
Oh
So
my
good,
god.
That's gonna break his fucking nose.
We've literally bullied this man.
He
so
deserves
much.
it.
He deserves it. He
Fucking
deserves it. I'm not
deserves
saying
it.
he doesn't. But oh my god.
So,
We're really letting him have it, and I love it.
and Lily just like, oh no, we're just so bad at this. Oh, Gideon.
I've never played this game before.
Oh, I just sweaty
Thought this was the
hands.
point.
I'm so. Oh, Dr. Anderson, I'm so sorry. As his nose is just, you see bruising is already spreading as blood is coming down his face.
Fucked, you bitch.
Oh.
And
Oh
he's,
no, you can't go see your girlfriend now.
Oh,
you
no.
look a mess.
Also,
Go
Lamonster said to Voldemort him, just to remove the nose
Oh, just
completely.
hit the nose right off.
oh god. So
Oh no, Amir.
Oh,
Oh no, I don't have any spell slots left. Like,
Amir,
Oh,
you see Amir,
please.
you see Amir internally, and he gets up and he walks over. Oh, Dr. Anderson, let me take a look at this. Let me see. Oh. He's kind of like looking at it, like, I'm sorry. And you see, Gideon is expecting Amir to heal him. Just, I would heal it, but I believe that you made it clear to remind me that I'm not a doctor. I am a priest, and with
Holy shit.
with that,
I'm a healer,
said-
but just punches him in the face.
What?
But so since I'm not a doctor, I am not qualified to heal you in this situation. I'm so sorry. I may Paylor have mercy upon you, and may you feel better soon. And he just walks.
Yes,
Say a
Amir.
couple, just
Where's-
say a couple of Hail
hold on.
Marys and an All Father, and
Hold
you're
on.
good.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
right.
Hey, Jason, I think you know what I'm about to ask
You
you
need
to
the
do.
nut button.
Thank you. You knew what I was asking.
Oh, I was like looking at it like, okay.
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 And Amir kind of just settles back in between Biren and Dimitri, and Dimitri just, you little shit. And Amir's, What? He made it very clear that he does not see me as a doctor, so I don't think that I have the qualifications to be treating that sort of bodily injury. Maybe you should go see Dalavash. Oh, wait, no, you've also made it clear that she's not a doctor. Birin, are you a doctor? No, you're not a doctor.
Oh my god.
Please tell me that Ivor's outside for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you come
please.
outside.
Yes.
You come outside to hear Lily's, oh, I'm so sorry, Dr. Anderson. So you hear everything after that. And Amir is just listing. It's like, oh, you go to Hitchwire. Oh, but Hitchwire is not a doctor, a scientist. But that's some experimental. I don't think you would trust that. You're very by the books, Dr. Anderson. So maybe you better soon.
Digging in. Oh
I have a little bit of medical experience.
But you're not a doctor, Ive. I'm sorry. I don't think that he's going to trust you with that.
That's alright. She'd just walk up to him, just let me see it.
And Gideon is just glaring at you.
Do you want a cricket nose?
She can't see it. She can't see the glare.
Yeah.
Do you want a cricket nose? Because Meredith's already having a hard time finding you attractive, so... I think you want it to be a little bit straighter.
Oh.
And Gideon just, I can heal this myself. I
We
can't
can't
hear
hear you,
you.
Jenny.
Oh, can you? You're capable.
It's like, oh, I do believe that Vespers could pop. Oh no, you. And Amir is just listening.
Ivor.
Yep.
Ivor is going to reach up without invitation.
Yep.
And she's going to grab onto his nose and just shove it. Just back into place. As
Oh.
best she can. That should be good. I think you could probably heal it now and this would be okay.
Oh my god.
By the way, did you get the soot out of your couch?
Oh.
You hear him. You hear a crack.
Oh.
And as he lowers it, you see that the bruising is swelling down.
Oh,
So
that's
he just
sucks.
popped his fucking nose back into place and healed it. It's fine. Thank you for your concern.
I'm entirely concerned, especially about furniture.
And just,
Being a well-brought-up woman.
you know, perhaps Darish could know. She's not a doctor.
I love this.
He's
I
so
love
good.
This so much.
Magnus also like, I have healing hands, but I'm not.
Not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor either. It
I
sucks.
do not know.
No, sorry. Sorry. Just not. Oh well. It looks like you've got it anyway. Don't need a doctor. And he's just staring. Like you all can see them. Like you can basically hear the wah 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 between Gideon and Amir just locking eyes.
Oh my god.
I love this so much.
And Gideon just turns back around and heads back inside his house. Oh, okay. Oh,
Back of the
Can't hear
head.
you.
back of the head.
Can't we? Can
Look
hear
you in
you.
the back of the head.
Mage
Hand
hand.
on the back of the head.
He straightens back up and
Oh, fickle.
just keeps walking. His gritted teeth.
Go clean yourself up before you see your girlfriend, Gideon.
Beckett has some healing potions, said my... No, she... I don't think you could afford it. He doesn't even take insurance. And he still can't afford it. Shame.
Oh.
What?
I rolled a 2 with my portents earlier today.
Okay.
Could I make him trip? Please.
We just want to shit on Gideon. It's shit on Gideon Day.
This is shit on Gideon Day.
I'm probably not going to get to use it otherwise today, please.
So, you all are...
Openly shitting on Gideon.
Yeah. Gideon is walking. And what happens is that he's walking up his steps, and just everything, all of this harassment and bullying,
He deserves it.
he's getting real fucking frustrated. His foot catches on the steps up, and he just barely catches the doorknob before he hits himself in the face, but he slides down like onto his knee with quite a loud thunk down onto the wood steps. He just steps up, and as he's opening the door to step inside,
What did you do?
What just happened? What just happened?
What is this?
You, as he's about to walk inside. Okay. As he's about to walk inside, you hear a whiffing sound, and then glass shatters. And when you look at Lily, Lily's like, and you see Malik.
Yes, Malik! I'm so proud of you. Did you get a natural 20?
Yes, Malik!
Another
so proud of him.
natural 20 with the same die.
Holy shit!
So you can't use that die against us later in combat, please.
No.
Oh my god!
And, like,
Unless it's for the NPCs that are on our side.
You're right.
You guys,
specifically the kids.
you guys quickly see Malik kind of put his hands behind his back,
I didn't do it.
and you see Gideon just like glare into his house and look back, and like Dimitri's like, I didn't see anything. What happened? And Amir just, I'm not sure. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Children, I believe it's time for us to go get some food. Let's all go. And he steps up, kind of brushes himself off. You may want to get that cleaned up, Gideon. No medical office should have broken glass anywhere. That's not good for the patients. You know all about what's best for the patients, don't you? And he...
God, Amir's coming for blood on Gideon now, and I'm here for it.
Amir kind of walks towards the kids, and that's about when Gideon walks in and just slams his door. And he has gone back inside.
Ask Roger to fix. Oh wait. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
And Lily walks over, and she jogs over to Malik. Like, fuck yeah. Like offers like a high five.
Yeah, you get so.
Yeah. And he seems so proud of himself.
You did
We're
good.
a terrible influence, but for a
Oh, we're
perfect
terrible.
situation.
Oh yeah.
For a perfect situation for us to be a terrible influence. I'm fine with this moment.
Oh yeah.
Gideon fucking deserves it. He's a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's also a fucking coward. So
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do about it, buddy?
a little piss baby. So y'all are about to pack up and head out. And we're gonna transfer over to Cora. Cora,
Hello, it's me.
what you've been hearing is some shattered glass. In the distance, like, ooh, but like you're not really catching what's being said. It just sounds like someone's probably gotten hurt. Some shattered glass.
Well, she did know like about Lily playing baseball, so shattered glass in today's date is like, that's probably Lily. It's
Yep.
fine.
Yep. I'm not. Yeah, that's just what you hear.
Yeah.
You're kind of on and off hearing thunder rumbling. Festus wakes up from their nap. Kind of gives like a big like stretch, just hey, sorry, I wasn't out long, was I?
Not really. No.
Okay. Good. I still want to try and do something before it gets dark.
How's your head?
Much better. Much better. It's like turning it off and back on again. Naps. One time, best nap I ever took before Nexilis. Best nap I ever took. Okay, so you see, the time is different. In the like godly dimension. And like 30 years can pass in the godly dimension in like the blink of an eye for you humans, right? And vice versa. It's really weird. You really have to paycheck. I took like a 30-year nap once. It was amazing. but just enough time passed on the mortal plane that it kind of gave me that groggy feeling that I hear a lot of humans talk about with naps of like, what year is it? So while the nap felt great, it was very confusing. At least here, I typically wake up in a few hours. I'm sorry, I don't know what that was about.
I enjoyed hearing about it, so.
You enjoy hearing whatever I have to say. I could literally tell you about nothing and you would listen.
Yeah, I'd listen.
She just kind of gives you a very gentle, like of your face. Like a cat.
That's what I'm good at. That's what I'm good at. Listening.
I love them. I love them both so much.
Like, you know I can listen too, right?
I know.
Like, if something's bothering you.
Calling your ass out.
Like,
Yeah.
as in, have you talked to anyone about anything since getting here? More than just to comfort them?
No, not really.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say something that's probably going to sound really familiar. You can't go doing this. Not after all we've been through. Can't do this to me.
You're right. You're right. Just, I don't know, there has been a moment of pause, I guess. It's not that I'm entirely on purpose doing it. It's just been one thing after another. So, kind of hard to keep track.
Well, I'm here to listen. If you want to talk.
I'm just scared and I'm tired. I'm worried. That's what it boils down to, and I haven't had time to collect what I've been thinking. Freeing Winter relieved some of it, added new layers onto it. I don't. It's just gonna get worse in here.
I mean, maybe. But think of it this way. We now have the strongest healer. Two of our tanks with us. I mean, literally the only person that can make Biren move is Winter, and vice versa. And we have them both now. We have the kids. We can keep an eye on them. We'll know that Meredith can't pull any shit with them. We're getting a lot of really strong people in body and in spirit.
Yeah.
And we have us, we have each other.
You've always said that. That much I know.
Well, just a little reminder. You got
I
me.
appreciate it. I know.
It's understandable to be worried, to be scared, to be stressed, to be tired. Trust me. And I just want you to know that no matter what happens, you have me in your corner, okay?
I know. I've known that.
So if you ever want to talk, or want to vent, or want to scream, or want to cry, want to just be distracted, or whatever you need.
I don't entirely know what I need.
Well,
I haven't really had time to, even before this, to think about what I needed.
Well, what do you want then?
Just kind of pull Thespis closer. This, honestly.
Thespis kind of starts running their fingers through your hair, just very calmly, just running it. Well, I am happy to give as much of this as you need or want.
I'll always want this. It's something that I've missed for a very long time. Just moments like this, I guess.
Well, I am happy to provide, as long as I'm not busy. I mean, it might be a little hard to dance while cuddling you, but I'll make it work. Make a new style. I mean, that's basically what the waltz is, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And salsa is just like spicy cuddling while dancing.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, see? We'll figure it out. We'll make it work.
Yeah. I've already got it figured out.
Yeah. Or swing dancing. That's just like fun cuddling while dancing. I mean, it's all fun, but like, trust me, swing dancing. Have you ever been swing dancing?
I haven't, no.
Ooh, well, thankfully I can lead and follow. So I can teach you how to do swing dancing if you want.
I would love to learn.
Well, not to brag, but I'm a pretty good teacher when it comes to this anyway. Math, pff, but dancing, nice. So.
Of course not math. Thespis is queer.
No. And if I wanted or needed something, I could just ask you, right?
Always. What? What, Thespis?
You see their face start to go a little red. It's like, I
Fucking
would-
stop it, Eugene.
I
Fucking stop.
would like, if you'd be amenable, or not opposed, I'm not used to not having my words. I'm used to having my words and being very good with my words. And like you see that they're kind of like digging like in a different direction as just like the redness kind of spreads up their ears, and like you are seeing what Magna and Ivor were teasing them for.
Yeah.
I was just
Dimitri is right.
what?
Why it doesn't suit you. Why it doesn't suit you.
Well, you see, I'm pretty good with my words usually. I'm really good with my words. I'm not
Before
a
they
good.
continue, Corey just kisses them.
Yay!
We've been waiting!
Yes!
Christ!
Woo!
That's
All right,
this-
campaign's done. That's
That's
the goal.
it! We're done!
We go. We won Nexilis.
So,
Campaign's over.
Sequel?
Sequel.
Yeah.
All right, we start now. So, 10 years later. No, I'm kidding.
Still in Nexilis.
Yeah.
Figured out.
God. No. When you lean in and kiss them, they kind of stiffen for just a moment, and then they put their hands on your face and pull into it. It's tender yet passionate. You can nigh feel the fireworks. If Thespis has accidentally created a light show above you, you're not sure, but you'd believe it.
Could have happened. Yeah, that's very likely.
And after a few moments, Thespis kind of pulls away and goes,
That was what you were getting at, right?
I'm going to give you bonus points for timing.
Lost for words again?
No. I'm just enjoying the moment. That was what I wanted. Thank you. Yeah.
Glad I read that right.
You read it very right. Like a book. And you just see like kind of the widest grin you've probably seen on their face yet.
Yeah.
Just thank you. I would not be opposed to more of those in the future.
Keep that in mind.
I personally do like surprise kisses, so
Kiss them again.
Yeah.
Thessus this time pulls you into a hug as they hold the kiss, and then pulls back. It's like Thessus just kind of looks at you. It's like, you know, I now feel like this is going to become a competition.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yeah. See who can catch the other the most off guard.
Sure.
All right. Well,
I'm always going to be on that.
and as you're talking, they kiss you.
Yeah.
Nope, expected that.
You didn't get me. You didn't get me.
They start to do that thing where they will kiss you, pull apart, say a thing, and their lips are barely pulling away so that they can like kiss in between words. And just
Oh god.
it's like, I'll take any excuse to kiss you as many times as you want. And like then they start like kissing like kind of like all over your face, trying to get like a smile or a laugh or anything.
Oh, it works.
Okay.
It works.
As soon as it kind of starts to get that response, Thespis is like, you didn't go to the sauna today, so I gotta give you your shower. It's just gonna be in kisses. And
All right.
My dentist is gonna be upset with me
Do I-
tomorrow.
do I
so
need-
many
do I-
more cavities.
Do I need to go take a shower? Is that what you're telling me? Is that like a hint?
no, I was just trying to be gay.
Got that.
So anyway, I mean, like, if you would want to go together later, probably after my show would be for that. Or, no, I could do a big banger of a show tomorrow for Beckett's birthday.
Okay.
If we would like to go to the shower and use the sauna together.
Sure.
All right. Sounds like a date to me. At that point, Thespis just like giddily just stands up, and you can literally see like the bounce in their step as they just are just sheer energy of excitement. Them heading towards the door. It's like, hey, question. You used your cloak earlier, right?
I did, yeah.
Sweet, then I'd like to see you beat me there. And Thespis starts running.
You little shit. You little shit.
Yes. Perfect.
I know Thessus can teleport. Cora can book it.
Oh yeah.
And
Do
she
it.
can bonus action dash,
Do it.
action dash,
I
and
actually-
movement.
Are you dashing there? Are we watching you run across the
Right after
You would
we
see
finish, right after
What
we
the
finish bullying Gideon, it's just
Yeah. So basically,
What the hell?
Cora, what I'm gonna have you do is roll
That's-
athletics.
Okay. That's not in my dice box.
Whoa. Oh no.
Athletics, is that what you said?
What
It's a
happened?
6. It's a 6. If you let me learn the acrobatics because she's dex based, it'll be a little better. But that's what I rolled on the die.
Athletics. Where's Thespis?
She's not strong. That's where her fault is. She's not
Where's
strong.
Thespis? I think Thespis is towards the front. actually. Fuck, where's Thespis?
I'm just laughing at
she
the image of Cora just through the street. And everyone's
She can
just
move
like,
90 feet around. She can move
what
90
the
feet
hell
around.
is going on?
She's quick.
The thing is that Thespis can teleport. And so what you all see
fucking cheater.
What you all see as you're heading back, you're walking back to the tavern with the kids to get food. You see the door fly open as Thespis is booking it, but you see
So we're all immediately panicked.
but
what the fuck?
those who can see a smile on their face, and like just this joy, and like you can hear this
God.
giddy childlike laughter that you haven't heard from Thespis before, as they are booking it in kind of like a boop 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 to the
Shit.
and yeah, Cora's come running after. It's like, you cheater, like calling out.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Whatever Cora would say, calling out after Thespis.
calling him a little shit and a cheater.
Yep. And probably also laughing as she is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
As she is.
As they're are we thinking the same thing, Jenny? I don't know what you're gonna do.
What?
We can hear you.
What was that?
We can hear you.
I just want to insight check.
Okay, roll.
Let's do that.
Specifically the situation that's going on, because it's like, something happened.
Because I know what Magna wants to do.
Okay, what did Magna do?
What are they gonna do?
No! As they're running, Magna's just gonna be like, I bet you to kiss or something!
Alright, so you call that, Ivor?
Dirty 20.
Fucking shit.
They so kissed. Oh, they so kissed.
I'm glad you got over your stage fright, Thespis.
Just Cora, just as she's running, just burned up, just running.
Can't see.
Thespis, as they've taken a break from their teleporting, kind of jogging backwards. It's just like, this afternoon is multiple shades of me winning today, as they skid to a stop at the guard tower first. Thank you. I'll be here probably longer than all week. And they give another bow.
Oh my god.
Peter!
What? Me? No.
Or just past and goes into the sauna.
Me,
Wait, what was it? Beat her there?
Yeah.
Like, to the inside or the door?
They didn't specify.
Cora goes inside. I actually won.
Ooh.
You didn't specify where.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna think if Thespis teleports behind you, I'm gonna beat you to the sauna and books it up the stairs. Well, not up the stairs, around the stairs.
Cora books it.
Yeah, and that's when you lose track of Thespis and Cora.
Yeah, but they kissed.
Oh god, poor Winter was just trying to have like a moment to herself.
Oh no!
Winter's
They
had
don't
a
know
while.
that.
No,
They don't know that.
they don't know that. But Winter's also had a while.
Yeah.
She might not even be in there anymore.
That's
I was
valid.
gonna say they walk in and she's all pruny, just sitting there in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Just dead stare.
It is getting near 2:30. So what I'm going to say is, Ivor, Magna, you go with the rest of them back to the tavern. And it is weird not having Walter show up and making some sort of playful scene. But you have each other. You have Lily. You know Winter's free and processing and we'll be okay. And you all have had a good time taking the piss out on Gideon. And now it's time for you all to just relax. It's been quite a day. Cora, you and Thespis, a little while later, before it starts to get dark, start your way back to the tavern.
Oh god, what's gonna happen?
The bell hasn't rung yet. But Thespis is like, we should probably head back. And you didn't see Winter in the sauna. As you're walking, you kind of hear Thespis stop. Like, kind of like look up the stairs. I want you, Cora, to roll perception.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
You fucking a 3.
Okay.
It's a 3. Today's not my day. Yesterday wasn't my day with rolling. I'm useless today. Let's go.
I know it's not technically how it works. Could I gift my portent?
Sure. What was your other portent?
Yeah, because
I mean, you can.
Oh,
Well, the thing is the thing with portents is it's supposed to be before you know the outcome of the roll.
well, you haven't
I
used
mean,
it
we
yet.
don't know the outcome technically.
Yeah.
So what was it?
So
It's a 13 on the die.
it's a 13 total.
Okay.
She doesn't
Yeah.
have perception.
You hear the faintest sounds from upstairs of muffled crying. Thespis stops, and you can tell that Thespis is contemplating going upstairs. I feel really bad just leaving her.
I know. If you want to go, I can wait here or go back.
Wait here just a second.
Okay.
Thespis goes upstairs. And you hear like a Winter, it's me. You okay in there? And like you kind of hear the muffled responses of Winter. You can't really make out what she's saying. I just wanted to check on you. It's getting a little late. I'll make sure to keep Lily at the tavern. But just wanted to check on you. And after a moment, you hear the wood creaking, and the door opens. And you can just kind of vaguely see Thespis being pulled into a hug by Winter. And then you hear, I'll be okay. Just feelings. Thespis, yeah, I get that. And Winter, just keep an eye on them. I gotta start getting ready for tonight anyway. Patrol duty. Fun. Thespis, you gonna be okay tonight? Well, I'll admit it's been quite a while since I haven't fought alongside Walter, but I've done it in the past. I know I can do it. That's not what I meant. I mean, Winter, if I had a problem, you're who I would throw at it. No matter what the problem is. I don't doubt your abilities. I meant, like, mentally. There's a beat in Winter's. I don't really think that matters, now does it? I've got a job. But it does matter. To us. It really matters to Ivor and Lily. It wouldn't hurt for you to have a night off. I had one less than a week ago. Just no. Over Winter's lips. You are going to come back to the tavern with us. And you are going to stay there. Let the other guards handle it. And if need be, you can go out as backup. But I think you should stay in. Winter
just from the bottom of the stairs, I agree.
And Winter just kind of looks down at you, and you can tell her eyes are bloodshot, but she gives like a little smile. All right. Let me pack a few things up if I'm staying the night there. I'll meet y'all there. Let me just pack a few things. Thespis, okay. See you there. And Thespis kind of jogs back down the stairs to you. All right. Mission accomplished. Let's head out. Good. You guys walk out and see that most of the people have either headed to the tavern or likely back to their homes to prepare. So it's just the two of you. You can tell by the clock that it's just about to ring. Meaning that you have plenty of time. Yeah. As long as you head straight there. And as you're walking, you hear the doors to Town Hall slowly open. And stepping outside, you see Roger. And he lets the doors just fall shut behind him. He stands outside. And he looks at you two. It's getting rather late. You should all head back.
We're working on it. Who are you planning on targeting tonight?
And he looks at Thespis. And they stare at each other for a moment. Just, you should definitely head back, don't you think? And Thespis is, yeah. I guess. Then he looks back to you, Cora. Normally, it all depends on how the day goes. Seems tonight.
Big chess game.
Interesting way to put it. But I believe the board has changed, as have the rules. There may be a change of plans. Kind of eyes you up and down, and he looks back to Thespis and kind of eyes them up and down. And you see a light come on from an upstairs window. And you can see Meredith seems to be kind of doing something in one of the front rooms. Barter stares up at it.
Must not be fun having to fight for control.
None of this has ever been about fun. Not for me. I have a job. I take it very seriously.
What job is that?
My job is to keep her here by any means necessary.
What? Oh!
He's her gatekeeper!
Oh my god! Holy
seems-
shit!
Well, it seems we might have similar goals.
It seems the board has changed. And like a roll of thunder here, like, goes over the sky. And Roger looks up. Would have been nice if they told me I was inevitable to fail. Would have prepared. I would say sorry, but I'm not.
I know. Wouldn't believe you if you said it anyways.
And I don't have time for lies.
I appreciate that.
I will let you know. I am not the one who makes you forget. That is entirely her.
We'd gathered as much.
And he kind of looks at Thespis. Tomorrow morning, I would like to have a meeting with you, Thespis. And Thespis is like, tomorrow is Beckett's birthday. I do have a lot to plan for. And Roger just, you are being targeted by Meredith. I target whoever I could get rid of the quickest, because the less of you that are here, the stronger the bubble. She wants to get rid of you. You are a threat. Which means you and I should likely work together. And Thespis kind of just starts fiddling their thumbs. Okay, yeah. And you hear the bell start to ring. Now you better head inside. It seems that many of you have had a rough day. Plans have changed, so... He kind of looks at the guard tower. It'll be a quiet night.
I do have to say something since I'm not in the mood for lies. You don't expect us to sit idly by while you have a meeting with a friend of ours.
No.
And I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm sure. And you hear one of the windows open from upstairs. Meredith's. Roger, darling, I do think you should be coming inside now. In just such a mocking tone.
I'm gonna hate her.
And Roger looks up. And just, oh, are you finally making friends? I didn't think you could do that. And Cora, you hear as Roger stares at the sky as thunder starts to rumble, and Meredith's mocking starts to go in his head. You hear just from like the pit of his stomach working its way up into his chest, this low like snarl.
Nope. Don't. Fuck you.
As it echoes.
Fuck!
And he turns back around and he heads inside.
That button, please.
Oh, sorry.
So sorry.
Sorry, I couldn't function for a minute.
My brain off.
Casper!
Brain smooth.
Stop it!
Stop that. Where's the spray bottle? Stop it.
Bad dog.
And Roger
Go, dog boy, go. Sorry.
Roger heads back inside and just the same as exiting lets the door shut behind him. And at about this time as you're walking back, you do hear Winter come out of the guard tower. And it's just like, oh, I didn't expect you all to still be out here. Well, I guess I can escort you two back to the the tavern.
I suppose.
All right. Well, I am the best security that money can. Well, there's no money here. You could buy if money was a thing. And she starts to walk you both back, and you can tell that she's kind of pulling this as a way of dealing with her emotions.
Yeah.
And she walks you both back. And you all are able to settle in. And Roger, true to his word.
Yeah, Cora would have shared that information
Okay.
that she received.
Okay.
Let the group know, like, hey.
What I'll do is we can role play that scene of you all talking.
Yeah.
And then we'll wrap up for the night. So,
Cool.
you all are able to
Cool.
get seated. You do see some members of the guard prepare to go on patrol. But Winter, when she comes in, she actually sits next to you, Ivor, and wraps an arm around you. It's like, so I've been bullied into taking the night off.
Damn right you've been.
Okay, good.
I'm sure I've got vacation time saved up somewhere.
If you didn't, I was going to go out with you.
Well, normally I would love for you to go out with me, but that doesn't seem like an ideal date night.
Are you proposing we
It'll-
have one?
Pardon?
Are you proposing we have one?
Well,
Officially.
yeah. I'd say so.
Okay.
Just let me wine and dine you with the best baked goods and whatever the hell Larkin decides to pull out of the kitchen here, and I'll see if I can find my suit somewhere. So it can't be tonight because I didn't pack it, but... Oh, so quiet.
No.
Yeah.
You are a little
Absolutely
quiet.
fine. No,
You
I'm
are a little
absolutely
quiet.
fine. I'm sorry, as someone who just got her first kiss today, I don't
Anyways,
think that you
we
should...
bumped into Roger.
Wait, so it did happen?
We
Wait
bumped
a
into
minute.
Roger as we came back.
Oh,
And it goes dead quiet. I'll imagine that this time you're actually more at a back table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it was very cordial. We have a meeting with him tomorrow morning.
who's we?
Whoever wants to come. Originally it was Thespis. Made it very clear that it wasn't going to only be Thespis. But weirdly, I believe when he says it's going to be a slow, quiet night. He's the one keeping Meredith here. He's her god dog, I guess.
So in the book that Ivory that you found, it mentioned creatures, and this is Thespis, sorry, but it mentioned creatures that are summoned by typically gods to keep things in or out.
Can't hear you, Jenny.
Can't hear you.
Oh, wow!
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, it just went right off again.
Just turn the
Fuck!
fuck off.
There we go.
There we go.
I'm like
Keep going.
right here.
There you go.
What the hell?
Keep going.
Keep going.
So, in the history book that I read
Yeah.
earlier, it was talking about how when she was branching out to other pantheons, the gods kind of rose up against her, and then it kind of ended there. Most likely, it seems like they planted her here and stuck Roger in here to make sure she didn't get out. And so why is he
Doubt in my
killing
mind.
people?
Huh.
So why is he killing people?
You wanna...
It was to make it makes the bubble weaker or stronger. I forget. Weaker.
Basically, the more people that are in the bubble, the weaker it gets. I had noticed that the bubble typically doesn't ever get more than like 30-something people in it. It might be because there's a cap. If there's too many people here, the bubble pops and she gets
Makes
out.
sense. It makes sense. So she... Yeah. And he also... Meredith is the person that makes everyone forget, which we knew, but it's confirmed now. Can't hear you, Jenny.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you, Jenny.
Fuck! I'm like right against my mic. What the fuck? And
It's tricky.
and he's keeping her here by any means necessary.
Yes.
Meaning thinning the numbers.
Because creatures like him, they don't really feel. They just
Yeah.
have their orders.
So we have to kill her. We can't just get out. We have to kill her.
I have to kill her. Only
You're
a
not doing it
god.
alone.
Only a god can kill a god.
Well, we might have to just make sure that you get the killing blow.
Well,
we
fun fact, I could deliver the killing blow and then she'd be just mortal. So technically I delivered the killing blow while she's immortal. Then you guys could help me when
that
she's
works.
Might also have more help than you think.
I mean, if Roger's on our side, that'd be really nice.
I'm not talking about that.
What do you
are
mean?
talking about?
There's a lot more to the Forgotten than I thought. I'm not sure what any of it means. But I've seen more than one god today.
How?
I'm not sure. In the mirrors with the Forgotten, and today, with all of the stuff with Winter and stuff, like there's some kind of intervention here. It's like I don't know how any of it works, but
So, how many gods?
2, 3, 4, 5. I think I might have seen 5 today.
Okay.
5.
I did have a dream the other night. I think it was not last night, the night before. I had a dream that was from someone outside of
look like?
Nexilis.
What did it look like?
Drow, but not the forgotten Drow, not Drowold, but Drow.
No. I think I know who you're talking about,
They said help was
'Cause-
coming.
because it is, I think.
So, did it... This might be a weird question. Did it seem like they were tied to individual people?
That is exactly what it was.
Do you think they're the reason we're here?
I
Because the
wouldn't-
gods rose up against Meredith to keep her here. Maybe we were handpicked in order to make sure that she just doesn't escape.
That could be true. But why wouldn't we know?
Then why am I here? I am a god, and you'd think I would know about this.
Yeah, that
I
doesn't.
think you were the... Maybe it was important for you to not know?
Maybe.
Since starting any
Look what Meredith does.
probably would have been...
And you're able. No, that makes sense. Cora's kind of having like an internal crisis right
Yep.
now because gods that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Gods don't choose people.
Like,
Especially because Ivor, until meeting Thespis, didn't believe that they existed at all.
yep.
Yeah, Magna wasn't very religious either,
Yeah.
so this is weird.
And if gods are championing people, gods don't champion gods. And this is very unorthodox, which is weird to even consider because all of the gods work so differently.
There's nothing we could do. We can't. No one that we've seen is able to kill Meredith.
Unless, I mean, this is just a theory, but Thespis, are you sure that you're still a god?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. I did die, but like, some of the things I can do are very much tied to. Okay, well, here I did have a dream of someone from outside of Nexilis, and if you all are being championed by someone, then you would have likely gotten a dream from them if that was like a thing. But I've gotten a dream from someone outside of Nexilis, which seems, and you can see that Thespis is kind of panicking. It's just like, no, so I think that means that I might still be a deity, and that that's my connection.
It might be.
We don't know for sure.
Yeah.
You're enough of a threat to Meredith. So, there's a high likelihood that you're still deity.
Some kind. Me? Really, guys? Okay.
You can protect people. You can spark hope.
Right, but you
What
also
is
have a
needed here.
you also have Palorian and Bahamut and the Raven Queen. The Raven Queen. No one fucks with the Raven Queen. And like, I'm just a god of the arts. Like, okay, a pinch of rebellion, but like that's a pinch. Like, I'm not even.
Thespis, what is it you've said several times that the arts are supposed to do?
bring together communities and inspire rebellion. Inspire hope, inspire...
Exactly. If anyone was going to drive people to fix this, it was going to be you.
I need to know what Roger knows.
We'll find out.
And that's where we'll end it here. So, the rest of the night is quiet. The patrol literally comes home early. There's no monsters. None. Eerily quiet. But Roger kept his word.
Damn.
And we are going to wrap up here. So, everyone,
What the fuck?
that has been this week of Welcome to Nexilis. We will be back Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week for our next installment.
You mean Monday tomorrow, right?
Monday tomorrow.
I mean,
Monday tomorrow.
We've played on a Tuesday. We can just do it again.
Yeah, let's do it.
So
2-day stream.
Oh,
2-day
God.
stream.
Casper needs to rest. Casper needs to rest.
Casper doesn't need to rest.
I have been up since 7:30 a.m. yesterday.
Kidding. Kidding.
So everyone, please be sure to take good care of yourselves. Everyone also be sure to rest. Again, we'll be back next week, same time, same place. We love to see all your live tweets and all your fan art coming next week. We will have a
God,
new
please, yes.
intermission video.
Yeah, because I dropped the ball today. Sorry, folks.
It's out.